Live.
We're live.
We're live?
Yes.
We're live.
We're live?
Fantastic. 1 second.
Do you want me to go get the breakfast sandwiches we could just eat in the mics?
You know I don't mind that.
I know you don't.
I don't see from the show. I mean, we're not live until we tweet from the show account that we're live on YouTube. I'm not doing the fucking thing. What are we doing?
We're not live?
We're live. We're not. I'm not.
Kirk likes to, he's old school, like Howard Stern likes to burp and fart into, well, actually, I do too.
Let's not make it out like I'm
I was going to say,
I do too.
Make it out like I'm
we're
like
fellow
you know,
farters.
Yeah.
Oh, that's classy, Jeff. Thank
What's
you.
that?
That's a good producer move.
It's my Nugo bar, which I love. You had these before?
No.
That sounds like,
try it right now.
that sounds like,
How many do you have?
I have more.
that sounds like one of those, Nugo?
12
That's
grams
a
of
fake
protein?
name that's
Don't
trying
look at the
to,
numbers. Just enjoy it.
Oh, don't look at that. Okay. I
Just
didn't
enjoy
know
it.
was-
Just,
okay.
listen, it's got no saturated fat. It will give you
You're in your
cancer in
honeymoon.
10 years,
You're
but
in your honeymoon period.
no, I'm good. I do not want
Thank
a
you,
Nugo
Jeff. That's
bar,
class.
Jeff. I had a bacon, egg, and cheese like a man.
I'm here. Good morning, first of all, Kirk Minihane show listeners. I am here. Well, usually Dan starts the show, I think, because usually, like, isn't it like, don't you have something for Amazon or something? Is that his voice?
Yeah.
Or is it mine? I don't even know.
Hey, Kirk Minihane listeners.
In the middle of the show now, there's like commercials that drop out of nowhere. I get two.
Oh,
calls.
yeah.
People are like, yeah, like, why do you have commercials about like erectile
guys-
dysfunction in the middle? Of
Hey, guys,
I'm
it's-
like, I don't know. I don't listen to the
Yeah.
fucking thing.
Hey guys, it's Big Cat. You want to tune into the Arizona Bowl, December 30th, live from Tucson. Get all the action with me, Dave Portnoy, and Jake Marsh on the call. Barstool.tv.
There you go.
There's a very famous podcast that dropped around the pandemic. I won't say what it is, but had a very famous podcast title.
Yeah.
Where if you go to Spotify, and I think you play it like I think current ads still play before it. Where it'd be
believe
like,
that.
hey, it's Big Cat, it's Arizona Bowl. Then it rolls into the episode.
Oh,
It's like,
really?
oh my
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and people get so sick of it.
Well,
So sick of it.
We're here, our last day in Chicago. Just producing. Dan Katz is here, my good friend, and my new good friend. We're told not to spoil things, but I'm a rule breaker, Dan. I don't know if you've been paying attention lately. I'll say the word cunt. I'll say it.
We got to talk about that.
we
People
have-
are angry.
We're not here to talk about that right now.
Right.
I finished somewhere in the middle. Dan was on the
Dead
show.
last.
Dan was on the show for 4 hours. Castellani's trip to rehab was actually longer than your and the champion. I think I played some role in you winning that competition.
Yeah, 100%.
Will Compton, $100,000. Richard, congratulations, the
Thank
champion.
you. Thank you.
I was very happy for you. Very happy.
Yeah, I think this is a friendship none of us saw coming.
No. But a real one.
Yeah,
You're a locker room guy.
for sure.
And
but
Kirk is actually low-key a locker room guy.
he kind of is.
yeah.
I was a total team player.
Yeah.
1,000%.
Yeah, I can
No,
see it.
That's what hurts so much. Yeah, that's why I was having fun with Will and Che and Kevin and fights. But then once I said this when I got eliminated, I talked about this on the show where you get the thing from Brandon's sister, and then you go outside and it's over. And I walked around for like an hour around New York, like Travis Bickle and Taxi Driver, just like fucking wandering around. I went to the hotel room and there were like 2 or 3 texts from Will. And I was basically like, I was basically like, fuck you.
Yeah.
The next day, remember, I was like, I was rooting against you. But then once I realized what happened, then I was like, I love this guy. So, yeah.
Yeah, we slowly were bonding over Rocky.
Big
Like
time.
he does in trivia, we had a couple passings. Like
That's true. Oh, yeah, we played each other we did the thing Jeff fucked up. We had to play each other like 4 times.
Yeah.
No, like, that's right. A whole match that just wasn't like nothing.
Which bond us to this day. We still text Ron and
Yeah,
stuff. to
and
each
then
other.
in when we were doing Surviving Barstool, it's like Kirk was somebody I identified like when we were on the tribe together and when we were split up. It was like we were transparent enough to understand like the game how it had to unfold, and we could help each other get to a certain point.
Right.
Which
There was
ended
already
sooner than we
yeah,
thought.
there's already
it
a
would.
Kevin Feidelberg thing. So
We knew we had to split
Right,
them.
right.
Yeah. And
Yeah, you guys. I mean,
neither one of us wanted to hang out with Nate. So it was just like,
You played. I didn't know. So there was a narrative that I was like masterminding this entire game. Last night was great because I didn't know like half of the stories that like some of like the dealings.
I
but-
couldn't believe what the pass I got on this stuff because
Yeah, I know. You actually, thankfully, you raised your hand. You're like, just so we're clear, Dave and I meddled a lot.
all the time. You know that, like all the
Everyone's
time.
like, oh, Big Cat ruined this game. All he's doing is it's like I did meddle to get Dave out. I didn't meddle much after that, but yeah, that was a funny moment. But yeah, Will, like every which way you look at it, He played a perfect game.
He did. No, he deserved to win.
Yeah.
Like, for sure. There was no. And I was saying to Will before the show, somebody was saying to me last night, I forget who it was, like, well, Will never had to face elimination. He never. And I was like, that's actually not true, because once he was in these challenges, once he lost them, he was out.
Right.
Like, towards the end.
Right,
like,
he was
when
a threat. Right.
Start with that balloon thing that you and I did. If you lost that, like, I would have won, so I've been rooting for you.
Right.
But those 3 guys would have voted you out.
The same conversation would have took place, and then I would have been the one that.
Yeah, you look like an idiot.
that.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because Jay would have, he had this thing going with,
Right.
with fights in KFC.
Yeah. So,
But yeah.
It's crazy.
Because once it was like, we needed to win the challenges. Will's good at winning the challenges, so I knew I was safe in the tribe because our team aspect, we needed to win the challenge.
I didn't think you were great at the puzzle challenge, but whatever. I mean, I'm not really, I'm not really here to judge.
Man, Kirk shit the bet on that, and I felt bad because I'm like, man, Kirk, we can't have this on your resume.
That was when I knew that Will was like should have won, because you were actually great at that challenge. Like at the end, I was fucking you up there. I was like, you're like Kirk, what is it? I'm like, I don't know, Factor. What the fuck is Factor?
It
like, doesn't make any sense.
It was the worst performance I've ever seen. I had to leave the room.
Yeah,
I know you.
I
did get
watched
up.
you do it, and I was like,
It was like watching your dad get his ass kicked. or
Yes,
something.
exactly.
Did you notice me? There was moments where I would walk kind of off camera and go up to Rob and
You asking me if I noticed you?
No, Dan.
Oh, 'cause I was in like I was out of.
No, I would walk up
blacking
to
out.
producers and camera people, and I would kind of mouth like, "What the fuck is happening
Yeah.
right now?" I'm like, "Am I missing something?"
For a while, you were so bad. I thought that the other team, when they had gotten the plans, were able to find those blocks
move them
and
around.
like, or like shave corners and reshape it. I was like, how is this so bad? But Will, congratulations, you played a great game.
Absolutely deserving.
Now, 100K.
So happy for your dad.
You
So
gotta-
happy for your dad.
Also, I don't know. There's a couple crews here. You got Kirk's crew. You got Windy City Mafia.
I mean,
Are you
think.
gonna wet the beak?
I mean,
Like little Don Quixote?
I do feel like I should get a chance.
Worth noting,
kickoff?
Will texted saying, "Is the surviving cast list finalized?" And I threw his name in the hat, so you can throw me
wow.
in there too.
Oh,
jeez.
you gotta take care of the people.
Yeah, I don't
No, there's
know.
no
The boys are
splitting.
going to come knocking. Boys are
I
gonna
don't
come
know.
knocking.
Where do you get? Well, that was the other thing. We talked about this before last night. I think you and I were talking about where people were like, and I don't care if you have $8 billion or 8 cents. That didn't matter to me during the game, immaterial. But people were making it out like Will was like Peyton Manning. Like, I mean, he does very well. He did very well. He had a nice career. Makes a nice living. But like, this is not a billionaire.
I went up to Kirk and I was like, because we were watching it, I was like, listen, I love Will, but do people realize like he if you look at his contracts, he made like $5 million in 10 years, which
Is that about right?
not
Seven.
seven.
All right, so if you take away,
not looking down on it, that's
No,
a lot
no
of money.
doubt, no
but
doubt.
like people see professional athlete and they think like he's rich beyond belief. It's like Will was kind of he was like a VP at Deloitte.
well,
You know what I mean? Like,
if you look,
he
if you
said
look-
making a
if
good
you look at
living.
$7 million, you take away taxes, agents, shit like that. Now
Right.
it's still a couple $1 million bucks
For sure.
But
course.
we're not talking about like those fucking guys.
Yeah, right.
But the majority of people in Barstool are, a lot of people in Barstool are in that tax bracket to where it's like you don't see all the money that you're
No.
seeing on the internet or on the surface or any
Right,
of that stuff.
right.
But I know they kept saying it. That's why you kind of wanted guys like Gaz, because Gaz is like, we got to get the poor people out. I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, we kind of need to if this doesn't go.
Why
our
wasn't
way
Gaz
together.
there? Why wasn't Gaz there last night? Oh, was he? He didn't say a fucking single word during the whole thing. He was like Che. It was a zero. He didn't say a single word.
He made sure to tap Dave and hey, make sure to say that.
Yeah, he actually did. I watched that.
I did too. I was like, is this guy's gonna speak up?
Yeah. So wait, Kirk, you're getting some heat right now.
Oh no. Oh no. What am I going
Kirk,
to do?
that was the only thing that sucked, knowing that we were becoming what we are now, is when you dropped the cunt word on the daughter.
Call him like I see him, Will.
But that was tough.
Will, I met her once, and I call him like I see him.
No.
Here's can I explain this? 'Cause
Yes,
I don't
please.
even feel like I have to explain this. The people listening to this show trust me. I don't have to explain it to people.
It's not to these. It's not
Right.
to your people.
I understand.
Right.
I understand.
So
If the people on Twitter need explanations, I will be happy to do it. How dumb and sensitive they are. So I will walk you people through this. I am looking at when it's my time to go up at that thing. I am looking at it as I am Don Rickles, and this is a roast. we are roasting Stephen Che.
Correct.
It is not my job. There are other people up there that, oh, I had a lot of fun playing this game, and blah, blah, blah. They're drips. They won't come back. They won't be invited back to this thing. I am paid to perform. I hate Che because he stabbed me in the back. I've said the whole time I'm going to ruin his life. I have 4 minutes. This is what I feel.
Right.
What am I supposed to say?
Right.
Like, there's no chance I don't even know Che's daughter. How the hell do I
Right,
know? I
right.
don't know. It's making fun of Che, not his daughter.
Right. And it's saying things to get a reaction out of someone.
Of course.
That's like people are like, how did you not fucking knock out Kirk right there? It's like, what are
I
you
saw
talking
some of that.
about?
It's a
like
fucking roast.
And it's also, I know you. Che knows you. We all know you. So I get it. From the outside world, I completely understand. If you saw someone say that about your daughter, you'd be like, it's on site. I'd probably be a pussy and be like, I don't really want to fight. But
I don't feel that way about your kids.
Right.
Or
That's
Will's.
true. That's true. But
I like you guys. That's how it works.
Yeah. It was, I guess maybe that was one of those moments too where I have them every now and then where inside our bubble, like, oh, that's just Kirk. And then it goes outside and everyone's like, what the fuck?
I
I'm like,
saw some of that. And
maybe my brain is
I
kind
have
of
to be
twisted.
honest. This is why you're just a nicer. I don't give a fuck.
No, I know you don't.
I just don't care.
I know you don't.
I don't like,
You're
it's-
built for it.
Like, look, if it was like a friend of mine, if it was like if somebody said something like that about your kid, I would actually probably defend you. I'd be upset. But I didn't look at it as like Stephen Che actually having a kid. I looked at Che.
Right, you've never
Now,
even
this is
seen a
roast.
picture of his
If you watch a
kids, right.
roast, like these things, this is what people say. Like,
Right.
here it is. We're going over it. Like, it's purposely supposed to be extreme.
It was quite a moment.
The picture is great.
the joke-
photograph is. The
photo
only one
is
the only one
so
looking up
funny.
is him.
Yeah. Because
They eventually-
I kind of knew, like, hey, that's where he was going.
That's what you get.
I wasn't that
the-
shocked.
The problem is I didn't have an appropriate. I was saying this to Feilerberg yesterday. There's no appropriate male son equivalent to cunt.
Yeah.
So I really battled that in my head. There was one, but I was like, I'm not
No,
saying that.
no.
So
Yeah,
there
you're
was actually two. One I didn't think of, and the other one I was like, in this world, you just can't say that.
now you're on the Mincy defense. You're like, well, I didn't say the really bad thing.
50%. 50%.
That was
What I
Mincy
do.
yesterday. He's like, at least I didn't say another
that
racial
was the
slur.
worst day of your life line. I mean, that's cemented.
Yes.
Yeah, it was.
That was incredible.
I
thought
when
it
you
was
brought
just-
that around, I'm like listening because I was thinking like, okay, he's talking about his parents' hotel room, blah blah blah, and then you hit and that was the worst day of your life, and everybody's reaction.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
That was
great.
a spot on joke.
I didn't think anybody. I never think like, oh, somebody's gonna be offended by this because I find
Well,
it so purposely
Right.
vague and inoffensive. Like if
Right.
I was good friends with Che, like
Right.
if I said to you,
Right.
because we're good friends,
Right.
then to me like it's on.
If you had like a relationship with Che's kids and you knew them and you're like, I'm actually speaking on fact, but I know
If the
them
roles
and
were
I
reversed and
dislike
I
them.
stabbed Che in the back, and Che was like, "Listen, if I ever see Harry Minihane, I'm gonna kick his fucking ass." I would like laugh. I'd be
Yeah,
like,
right.
That's pretty fucking funny.
Yeah.
Right. But it's hard for
You
people
sit
to
there, you
understand.
listen to it, and Che was obviously it's like the unbreakable. He has zero emotion with the reaction and response. But you're like sitting there and you're just thinking like, fuck, what's his wife gonna think about when she hears that? Or
Sure.
Probably isn't happy.
because it's
I'm
not
gonna
because
speculate not happy.
that's the outside of the
Yeah.
bubble.
Yeah.
Because my wife was there yesterday and she's watched the entire show. She was super into it. She's like, why'd you get Kevin or why'd you get KFC? And so I'm trying to explain everything to her. But going in there, I'm like, hey, there's gonna be a couple things said.
Mm-hmm.
You just got to know that this is like a WWE universe
Right.
that we're stepping into, and everyone is fine. So I need zero this. That,
In the
the
moment,
other.
it's very real.
right.
And then, like, I'm actually
Right.
now okay with Che. It feels
Yeah.
like the balloon's been popped.
Right.
Like, he stabbed me in the back. I got my moment. He had his moment. He had a couple good moments with Rico last night.
Oh, yeah.
man.
He slapped Rico.
That was
around.
great.
You start thinking for yourself.
Bro, when he dropped that,
And then the
okay, Che.
scripted speech. And
Wait,
then,
what did you wait? Did you say to? And because I could barely hear you. Did you say to Rico like you got to fight back?
Yeah, I was
no,
like,
yeah.
I was like, you gonna allow this?
He actually he put his hand right up his Rico's shirt and was like, "Come on, let's go, Geppetto, let's do it."
Yeah, it's like, oh, I do it like this, like, oh yeah, Che, what do you think about that? Yeah, the way the dog does on top.
Oh, but yeah, it was crazy though. Great show. I wish I was part of it. Like I
wish
had
I
so
was
much
in longer.
FOMO. Yeah.
I found the last episode great. I found the reunion to be slightly underwhelming. Again, balloon popped. Like,
Yeah.
it's just like everyone.
Rico and Jerry mending ties beforehand. Like I wish they would have even just done that on the show.
I just
Yeah.
think everybody was like okay with everybody. Like,
Yeah.
it was in a weird way. It was kind of like nice to see everybody.
Yeah,
So-
right. And like also it's hard because we do a reunion, but also all the people that we're doing a reunion with, like I was working with all day.
all day. We
Right.
Everybody,
You know?
everybody, that's a good point. Too.
Right. So it's like I was talking to all like Feidelberg was on the Yak yesterday. I did 3 shows with Dave and Rico and all this stuff. So it's
Is there a way you would know better? Is there a way to remedy that? Like, do we do it sooner? Do we do it?
There really isn't. I mean, the funny thing is that, like, this is what happens when they do the All-Star Survivor type shows too. Is they get a little heat and they get testy,
Right.
but then like they spend months together on press, and then they get backstage and they do it, and they know it. That's why the real heated like Survivor ones when they don't know each other. It's like,
Right.
but we know not only do we have the element of like the All-Star ones where we know each other, but then we work together still.
Right.
So it kind of, I did think yesterday there was going to be a little more heated, but right, it just kind of
Keeks
diffused.
was like just okay, but like she was also in like sort of an unwinnable spot. Like nobody was gonna.
She was trying to push.
no
she was
fight.
trying to.
Like there was no.
You and her went back and forth a little bit.
but yeah,
there,
she
which
was
is
trying
good.
to push
Yeah.
me. I mean, that's she just doesn't respect the game of football. Like that's just a fact. She doesn't.
because
But
but
the
hero.
Yeah, no,
We're-
she
we're-
just
we're-
thinks football's stupid, and I think Taylor Swift is stupid. So we will always. It's like Kelly and I could literally sit down and argue for the rest of our lives, and we still would be friends, but we would just argue about that.
Yeah.
She does.
Yeah.
She was mocking football.
By the schedule. Well, that
Yeah,
was
just kept on
well,
bringing
that
it
wasn't
up.
a historically important day in football history.
Well, she was like, "Oh, was it the most important week of?" It literally was. All the sports were playing. I don't want to do this again. I don't want to
get
get
over
myself
it.
Don't get
up.
worked up. Don't
I
get
don't
worked
want to get
up.
worked up.
We're doing
I
we're doing
think-
this
I
summer
think-
next
I
time.
think-
We'll do the week where it's like the ESPYS and like the day with no baseball. We'll just that's the week we'll do it.
I don't want to get worked up. I was robbed. There'll be a day in July when I'll be like, man, I really wish I was watching football. It's like,
It's gone. It's
But
taken away.
if you're Kelly, you
No,
want
she
to
did
try
great, yeah.
you want to try and get that.
Oh, yeah,
going,
no, she got
But
me,
you
yeah.
did a great job of doing basically like the Emineming yourself. You kind of make yourself like, look, I was a bitch.
Well,
I was
rowdy,
a
I was
bitch.
this.
Once you said your bitch was over.
Yeah, you can't
Well,
say
I watched
nothing.
it
You can't
back,
really
and I was
smoke it
like,
out.
I was embarrassed about myself.
Well, that's what happened.
I'm a bitch right now. Like, stop complaining. You lost. You're stupid. I still I got all the way to my hotel that night, and I was like, oh, I guess that is how immunities work. Like that's how stupid.
I didn't know what
was.
you meant by that until last night. Tommy explained that you told him you were gonna
I'm so
vote because he had the idol. Which
Yeah.
is just like that's
Another dummy.
yeah.
I was a
There
bitch
were
and an
things
idiot.
that you're learning on the go. Is like, okay, so all these votes don't count for Tommy. So it's just the next guy who
Right.
gets voted.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah,
It
because
didn't
then
even
we're
dawn on
learning
me.
on thinking about how can we smoke out an idol. Let's go 3 and 2 here, or like
Right.
2 different things. So you're kind of learning as you go because you have Tommy to kind of ask questions to, or anybody else who's going to help you out. But yeah, there were things that you're just kind of oblivious to.
Yeah.
After winning it, would you want to do it again or no?
Yes and no. I would love to do it just for the competition aspect and just seeing kind of how it go. But it's also hard because if I want to continue to do it, then ultimately I shouldn't be up there talking any of my strategies because
Well, you have a
you got to
huge-
play for a longer
Right.
game and you got to
You have a
play for
huge
the next
target
game.
back day one next. You kind of were under the radar for
Yeah.
the first half.
Right,
Now,
right.
like everyone's
back,
gonna be
yeah.
like, we're gonna get this fucking guy.
Right, because I was able to kind of play into just the kind of natural, not assumption that I'm done, but you play into the natural, you don't
not
have to,
smart.
you don't have to worry about Will right now.
I
type
knew
of
that
thing.
was
I don't know
bullshit.
why I'm wearing headphones. I just realized you guys are not wearing headphones.
And
You don't have to be. If you feel better with them on.
No, I
you're
just
secure.
looked at both of you. I'm such an idiot.
How about the move before? Sorry, Will. How about the move last night? Jeff D. Lowe showing up to the burger place with no wallet.
Oh, what?
After
I was gonna forget.
after-
You.
So we went to.
I also
What
forgot-
happened,
I took,
Jeff?
I took
No,
Jeff,
no. This is a
Everything
big
he's
win
saying
for.
right now is lying.
I took Jeff to the Springsteen concert.
He's
That's a
lying
lie.
about everything.
That's a lie. I
no,
didn't
no,
take you to
no.
Springsteen.
Okay, so now he's back on telling
I
truth.
took Jeff to the Springsteen concert in September. This was after. So we went out. I got the tickets.
It was after the Barstool Awards. It was the day after.
Barstool got got the whole thing. So we went to dinner that night by the stadium, by Foxborough Stadium, this Italian place. Actually, a Minihane served us. And so I got the tickets. I did the whole thing. Jeff should probably spring for dinner, right? Don't you think?
If he got treated to a Springsteen concert, yeah, I'd say so.
right?
I'll railroad myself. At lunch, I said.
Oh, that's right. We had lunch, which I paid for that.
And
day.
I said I'll get later.
You said they'll get
The
dinner. You said get
rule
dinner.
I always go with if I go to let's say go to a baseball game, someone buys the tickets, I'm getting the first couple rounds
Getting
of
the
beers.
beers,
Yeah.
Right.
It's what? It's just a bro rule.
Right.
That's how that's
That's
how I
just,
live.
Yeah, that you know what? That's the code.
I'm the ultimate bro. So
That's the
that's what we do.
code. That's the man law.
So and plus I had to take a picture of Jeff reacting that he was sad about Dune being Dune got pushed back. And Jeff's like, "Can you take a picture?" It was the lowest moment of my life.
So
professionally.
what's the lie part?
So,
that
Oh,
he's-
they're live right now.
Well, hold on.
Okay.
No,
Oh, not
not
yet,
true.
not yet.
Not
It's
true.
coming.
So the check, the check, the guys that go out the check, and Jeff's like, "Should we split the check?"
I froze.
We had to split the
You
fucking check.
froze.
Well, you said like
brutal,
you
Jeff.
you gave the courtesy like split comment, and I was like, oh yeah, sure. And
It was bullshit. Like,
I
that was
froze.
bullshit. Like, you know.
I froze.
If you're
You're throwing the comment out there just to like.
Yeah, I mean,
It was
he
complete
said,
courtesy,
on the
yeah.
record already that day. He's like, I'll get dinner. Which I mean, if he didn't, I would have paid for dinner. But it's out
I'm
there.
also a believer. Once you get past like 30, there's no split checks.
But
It's
then
like,
but then Jeff also went to the bathroom later and I fucking purposely laid the hammer, like got you like a couple of water.
Yeah, it was a fucked up move. Yeah.
without even him asking.
So, yeah,
we
go ahead. Yeah.
So we go out
No,
last
go ahead,
night.
Go with the lie.
No,
I mean,
not true.
it's
We didn't go to
He's
dinner.
now
last
going to tell the
night?
truth.
Me, you, and Gaz and Jeff didn't go to dinner last night.
Yeah, we did.
Okay, we went to dinner last night, right?
Yes.
Okay, that was the final of the Barstool.
Yes.
Will
Which
won,
was, by the way,
correct?
you Dan
We were wearing
going with
headphones
us.
earlier, correct? We weren't.
Dan going.
All I'm doing is tell the
Ask the
truth.
question
I'm
again.
just
Him
being
going
truthful.
last night thwarted my plan because you and I were just going to go
You
together. I
always
was like, "This is it. I'm going to make up for it." And then he went. I was like, "This is not going to happen now."
Yeah.
Dan was all excited. Yeah, he's fired up. Bro dinner.
So we're like, we're going to talk about all the bitches we fuck. Guys
Very
just
graphic.
have to
being guys.
Jeff was amazingly graphic. At this
Oh
dinner.
yeah,
So we get there.
big titty fuck guy.
Get there. Yeah,
Wild.
surprise. Yeah, yeah. He likes to be. He likes a woman to strap it on. I was stunned at this fetish. So we get there, and sure as can be, Jeff Lowe is like, "Oh,
Because it's
I
a
left
lie.
my wallet."
It's a lie.
Here you
It's
go.
a
Did
lie.
somebody say they left their
Here's
wallet?
a
Yes or
So
no?
we walk
Did somebody
in.
say they left their wallet?
I got to give Kirk credit. So I first of all, I say like, hey, let's go to dinner. Kirk and I were talking. Gaz, I see him. Like, you want to go grab dinner?
Cheapest place in
I
Chicago, by the way.
fully planned on. Well, yeah, it wasn't a sit down dinner. It's a burger place.
Yeah, he wanted to sit down with us.
Small Cheval and
Oh, great burgers.
great
Really good,
burgers.
really
I
good.
thought we'd do a
Incredible.
quick dinner because like, and
So
also
you know, it was worth the price.
once Gaz gets involved, Gaz has the he eats like a 2
He's like me. He's like, yeah.
So you can't be like, all right, we're gonna go get sushi, or like I have a Costa Rican place I want to take these guys. If I took Gaz
I
there,
would want to do that. Either.
he would have. Yeah, right. So I was like, keep it simple. Walk in. I was planning on paying because it's like, they're here in Chicago. I everyone's
generous.
here. I'm
Always
very
very
happy.
generous.
Yeah,
Whatever.
big.
I'm gonna pay.
King of the Windy
It was
City
$100.
Mafia.
I'm gonna pay.
He's the cop.
But Kirk, we
Yeah.
get right up to the counter and he's just like, he does this like over exaggerates,
Cartoonish.
Like, oh my god, I lost my wallet. He's like, I think it's in the car. Like what? I can't believe I'm not. Like,
I honestly thought you were clowning
Yeah,
me.
me too.
I thought
I
you
thought
had
you
it. You were being like you were just trying to.
That was the thing. I first did it, and I was like, because I left my wallet in the rental car, in my jacket. Because I was like, I'm gonna come here. I'm not gonna need my wallet. So we left. We had dinner like 4:15.
Yeah,
So
it was
which is
early.
The time was whatever. So that was fine. But I literally did this. I was like, first you have that thing. You're like, oh shit, I lost my wallet. And I was like, oh god, now I'm the guy without the fucking wallet.
Yeah.
And I looked at Jeff and I'm like, oh.
right here. It's
What you should have
perfect.
done.
That Jeff
What
was
you
there.
should have done. Of course, Jeff wouldn't do this. But he should have paid.
He should have paid.
You should be like, you know what, Dan?
Yeah, you should have.
And then you would have lorded that over me. Now it's
That
not
was
really,
a mistake
that's not
by
really,
you.
That's not really a win for you. I don't think it's a win.
No,
for
it's
him.
not.
No,
it's a
win.
loss for
The
you,
moment
but
was
not
a
a win
win.
for him.
Yeah, it's a win for you.
No, the 1v1 dinners I still owe you. That's
Yeah.
like
also-
no, we paid that in New York at the Italian place.
Oh, we did. I
Yeah.
did do that.
It's
Yeah,
just
we
great
did.
because you if you had not said a word, I wouldn't have
Never
even
known.
thought about it.
And
Because
then
I
I
was
did-
gonna pay anyway, but this move.
Yeah, you were,
And then-
you were like
and then
you
at that
were
point-
like a cartoon character.
And
It
then at
was-
that point, I was like, it's so pathetic that I have to go all in. I did the double apology.
Yeah.
I apologized before the order, then after the order.
And then
I was
he
like, if
went-
I'm going to be a loser, I'm going all fucking in
He
here.
went so far in that we got back in the car after, and I turned to him legitimately like I was like, "Did you lose your wallet? Like, do you need me to help find it?" Because I thought he actually had fully lost it, like gone forever.
Right. I was crying a little bit. I was like, Che. I started crying.
So good.
Making the move like that
Yes.
is almost it's just like say you were to grab the check and
Yeah, and then you
just
go,
you,
oh.
you see my arm
Yeah.
kind of come up for a second.
Yeah, you're like, oh,
That's
get
a
the
Jeff move.
T-Rex
That's a
on.
Jeff
I
move.
forgot
Yeah.
we evened up in New York. You should have reminded me. I actually would have never remembered.
I'm a man of honor when it
Yeah,
comes to that
you are.
stuff. But you're right. I literally was like,
it was a tough look for you. Right, standing in front of the guy who's taking our order, slapping your pants pocket.
Jesus. Yeah.
That was actually a funny thing that
I
didn't
should
really.
have made you go wash dishes. Like he can't
Maybe
afford
go
it.
walk and get my wallet.
we didn't really mention it last night because you brought the Italian. When we got out of our Uber, this didn't come up last. It did a little bit because Rico and Che went at each other, but we got out of our Uber to go to dinner the night of the finale, and you just kind of snap looked at me. You go, you know what I've been thinking? Why does Rico hate Che?
Yes.
He should hate you if he hates Che.
Yes,
If he's being
I said
consistent,
that
I
to
couldn't
him.
that's-
figure it out. Yeah,
I said
to
that
this
him.
day.
Yeah.
He just loves you, Kirk, which I understand. You've changed his life. got a deal done yesterday.
We got it done. I saw it Pick'ems up, so we can talk about this.
Yes.
And they went to dinner.
What's
which I guess
the
update
deal
the
with
listeners,
Pick'em?
Nothing happened at dinner.
Rico's
like,
contract
good.
got done yesterday.
We
He did
negotiated.
say he had a big dinner.
Yeah, we
He had a big
negotiated
dinner.
on air. So we've negotiated on air 2 years in a row. Last year was a lot worse. This year was
I saw that one
civil.
unfold.
Last year was tough.
Yeah, but Kirk came in and helped him walk him through the, signing the dotted line. So he's good.
Yeah.
And last year though, when it was going out on air,
$45,000 is no for
It's
Dave.
nothing to snuff at,
That's
yeah.
a real living.
that but last year he was still going through stuff, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
He's still,
He's still
on
going-
drugs.
He's still going
addicted
through
to
stuff,
hate.
But yeah, I mean,
That was Jerry's line. Oh my God! When you're going through your stuff with the Odyssey app.
that was so.
Oh,
That's
so
I was
funny.
fucking crying when he said that.
Jerry drops those every now and then, and also just like being the only person in the world to call PFT Eric is just makes me laugh every time.
Eric.
Like, I don't even call him Eric.
Yeah.
That was the only thing I said. I said during the thing, I did not like that Jerry was treated by the edit and by PFT. I think. Like,
Yeah.
Jerry's smarter than people think.
He is.
Like Will, and he played the game like I thought
Played a really good game.
really well.
Yes,
Like,
and the one thing I thought Jerry actually came out looking great last night because I know there was the
it
charity
would've been
case
bad if
thing.
he- yeah.
One, he didn't win. Two, him saying I want to compete. That was a great moment for him.
good moment.
Good moment.
That's a great moment
I
for him being
forgot
like,
about
I
that.
don't want you to pick me. I want to compete. Like that's a good moment.
I have a good.
But
I have a
you
good
were gonna
photo.
pick Che anyway, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right when I won, I wanted to say out loud, but like
Jay
you
was
know,
a dead man walking.
Yeah. I wanted right when I won, I went back, Che, congratulations, basically.
Right.
But you kind of want to listen, kind of like, yeah, that's true. Like, kind of play that
That's
game.
the part where it's like you played the perfect game because I really do think if fights gets to the finals, I don't know if you win.
If it's you,
It's closer.
Who's the other person?
Che.
That's
That's
like
a
almost like
very close vote.
I would have voted for Will because I had an alliance with him and I liked him. He played the game great, but I would have understood people, and I also think that's where like the Barstool history comes in with people, where
Right.
you
Right.
just can't quantify it.
Right.
Like, people are just gonna vote for guys they've no longer, or
Yeah.
better. Or,
I still felt like I would have had fights because by the end of the week, there was a lot of like, it felt like it was moving more towards the gamesmanship versus
Right.
all the things that were going on.
but fights would have had the
Yes.
fights would have had the hey, like you didn't want to face me, I won this one,
Right.
You backed your way in, I'm here.
Right.
That would have been his.
Right.
Which wouldn't have swayed me, but it would have been. I think that would have been close. That would
Yeah.
have been close
Because
vote.
I would have had to do my final speech more toward the messaging of he didn't do any like politic, like he didn't like the gameplay of
didn't really play the
politicking
game.
around and everything else. Yeah, he didn't really play it a whole lot.
But that's also kind of playing the game, which
It
I'm
is.
starting to learn from
I'm not
Survivor.
sure- I'm not
Like,
sure I don't know if you can win that way though.
Yeah.
I think you can go far that way.
I
I'm not sure
really
you
should.
can win.
I really should have watched some Survivor.
One of the two people who've won 2 times, Sandra. She was like a villain, and does some, but like she famously is like backseat, like don't really say
Oh,
anything.
really?
Won twice,
Yeah.
so you can kind of do that.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do with the $100,000?
I'm splitting it up between my dad and my brothers back home.
Okay. How many brothers are there?
Two
Two.
Two
All right.
brothers.
Okay.
And we'll see like how kind of everything, the taxes and
Right.
I don't know how that shit works.
Yeah.
Like
you
on
gonna-
as far as like what would it be like a gift bonus?
I don't know. Are you gonna give it? Are you gonna give cash to your dad, or is it gonna be straight natural light beer? What?
He's Natty Light guy.
Yeah.
No, he's
Those
a
Bush Lights.
Bush
Sorry,
Light.
Bush
he's a
Lights.
Bush Light guy.
The camo boxes. Yeah.
That'd be great if you just
Yeah.
like opened up his garage and you're like, beer for like
Yeah,
5
beer.
years, Dad.
No, definitely cannot just continue to always enable his fucking beer drinking. I'll have to show you a
Your
photo.
dad's a legend. His dad's a legend.
He is.
He's
He's
the
a legend.
most. Like he's got all the dad energy. Every picture I see from him.
Yeah.
He wears the Air Monarchs. He's
True
just-
dad. True dad. Rocky, like all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Just the beer drinking, talking. Hey, have you watched? It would always be like, Cody, my brother, was really good at wrestling growing up. He went to Nebraska as well. Was really good. But anytime a friend would come over, that was like when it was like VHS and everything else. Hey, you want to sit down? You want to watch? You want to see how Cody did in the tournament? I'm like, Dad, come on, man. Like, we want to go play the video game. My buddy would just be like sitting on the couch with him watching Cody
Watch this
win
move.
wrestling
Watch
matches.
this move. Wrestling's so boring to watch too.
It's not a bad idea. You should do the wrestling here.
I know. We were talking about it because I think Arizona Bowl, it's not breaking news, is going to be the last thing we do in terms of like big time rights because they're just so expensive and it's a lot of work and everything. But with this space, figuring out a way to do like I bet you a team, if we could get to regulation, would do a wrestling meet.
Zero doubt. And
Yeah.
wrestling atmosphere, collegiate, is awesome.
Right. And like just thinking about like, could we figure out a way to do, you know, these summer leagues that happen in the NBA? Like, obviously we're not going to get like stars, but some of those guys come in and play a game and we broadcast it. It'd be pretty fun.
That's a good idea. I think.
Not have to spend a shitload of money.
Host some wrestling tournament.
Yeah.
Because those move fast. Like they get accomplished
Right.
in a day.
How much are the rights to like a bowl game like that?
A lot.
No, I know, but
I don't know the
you
number.
yeah.
I don't know the exact number, but it's a lot of money, and it's just. I mean,
We're
it was-
talking 8 digits, 9 digits.
I don't think it's.
I wouldn't think
8.
I don't think no way it'd be 9.
It's not. No, definitely not 9. It's. I don't. I think it's probably mid 7s. I actually. I literally do not know. I just know that was obviously something we were doing under Penn, that where it just doesn't make financial
How
sense
about
for us.
how about
Right.
the basketball one?
Right.
Doesn't make financial
Same
sense.
thing.
Those
Is
are-
it comparable? You think, probably basketball and the football one?
Basketball's gonna be less,
Yeah.
right?
Basketball's less for
Okay.
sure because there's
Yeah.
20,000 college basketball games in a season.
Right.
But yeah, it's we'll think of something new, something Barstool.
Yeah.
But yeah, those days are
Adapt
over.
or die.
Yeah.
Or code.
It's a different world now. We have
Yeah.
Dave, back yelling at people. It's great.
Yeah.
Oh, unbelievable.
I think surviving Barstool really kicked something off. Like you got Jeff, you were bringing it up last night. Like, would you be up to like a remote, no phone? Like, the potential is now there. Like, because I think a lot of people. That's what sucked about it not being on YouTube, but also like you understand all those things is just the exposure it was going to have.
Yeah.
Because say in the first week, or say by now, there's episodes that get 1 million. That would still be something that's going to be watched because
Right.
people are talking about
Right.
it. Like, hey, you actually should check it out.
Oh,
It's
for the
pretty
first
crazy.
couple of weeks, it was literally like people
It was.
stopping me on the
They were
street.
all.
Like,
They were.
people
The
who
first
didn't
3 were
like-
going to hit 1 million by probably that next Monday.
I don't
Yeah.
know why it got moved to YouTube. I'm not sure what was said, but it got moved there. And
We would have gotten
blame.
multiple strikes last night. It wasn't
Yeah.
just your thing.
Will was pushing hard for the censorship. Will he wanted to keep it on? YouTube.
Yeah, to me, I thought that there was a way to.
I thought this guy was a right winger. What's going on here?
There's right wings that comes out of me. It's like that Shane Gillis skit. Like sometimes the full moon comes out. And you're like, stop shoving it down my throat.
I think in a perfect world they would have. I think I said this. They would have put it on YouTube and said, "Hey, look, if you want to get the full uncensored one,
Yeah.
Yes.
knock it." And I think we should have done like a bunch of shit. We should have done like there should be almost be like director commentary versions where he and I watch
Oh,
episodes
yeah.
together, or you
That's
watch
good.
the first episode.
Yeah,
or,
for 2 minutes.
yeah, it just
It just crumbled.
but just do
All right,
stuff
so
like
here's
that,
me walking in.
yeah.
All right, and then here's me
And
walking
do
out.
like hey, here's 10 hours. Of
It just
uncensored
crumbled
footage.
so
Yeah.
fast. Also, like, I can't overstate enough. And this is where people are getting so mad. I will say people kind of stopped talking about it after the speech last night. They're like, oh, kind of get it now. But the first episode had an age restriction
Yeah, why was
and a
that?
demonetization just for
Language?
meanness.
Oh, okay.
Like, Kirk,
Like-
yeah, Rico being
Like,
loud.
people
That
being
one
mean.
wouldn't even.
So, like, if that one got it, like, they're like, none of these would have got it. They maybe 1 or 2 episodes wouldn't have got it, but most of them would have been at least restricted, demonetized. Like, they would have gone through the ringer.
And I
on
think most
YouTube.
people don't understand when I talk to people about
And then
it. They don't understand
strikes.
how like Barstool is less than a pebble in the ocean of YouTube.
Correct.
Like
Yeah.
it's just not. It's just the way it is. Like
yeah.
who's the one of your kids like to watch on YouTube? The crazy. Who's the you were telling me about? I think it's Surviving.
No, my kids watch.
Miss Rachel?
No, Alex Jones.
Your kids. Oh, you
Yeah,
do like
yeah,
Alex
yeah,
Jones. They do.
yeah.
Yeah, your
No,
your-
no,
yeah,
they
your
watch
son's- your
Vlad
son's
and Nick.
very into January 6th.
Vlad and Nikki.
Vlad
is
Nick,
the name.
They probably have how many followers on YouTube?
Like 1 billion.
Right. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Harry, my son Harry watches all day long. Watches people playing games on you.
Yes.
And Harry's like, Dad, your show has like 20,000 subscribers. This guy has like 480 million subscribers.
We watch. There's this one channel where they just have a mouse run through a obstacle course. It has like
That's just
20
you-
million.
That's just you though, not your kids.
Yeah. That's actually us watching Richard Gere movies. And what is that? Is it Gerbil?
Gerbil.
Gerbil.
That's an urban legend. That is not true. How did everybody know that before the internet?
It's the
I
same
always
as
wonder about stuff like
Marilyn Manson.
Correct.
The Marilyn Manson took out a rib so he could suck his own dick.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Everyone
the other
knew
was
that.
that Marilyn Manson was the kid on the Wonder Years. That was what people used to tell me
yeah,
in
that's
high school
another,
all
yeah.
the time.
Oh, that wasn't the
I don't
case.
know
That was
one.
not the case. No.
I'm just wondering this in real time.
You gotta get the
Because I'm
internet.
with you.
Once you get the internet, huh?
Yeah, those were things that got
I remember
passed
what
around.
happened.
and
I remember
Yeah.
took as-
exactly. I
as
was in,
Bible.
I remember exactly where I was when somebody told me. Just so you know, like Richard Gere had to be taken to the hospital because he was stuck in his ass. I was like in 5th grade. I was like, "What the fuck are you talking
How
about?"
many times do you think he's gotten that in his life? Like how many times has someone said
That's a
that? to him?
tough one. Like if you got Richard Gere on Pardon My Take,
We would make jokes. We'd make allusions.
do you think he'd be playful with it? Probably. Not.
Probably not.
Would you?
Has
Would
he-
you put one up like maybe like Max's? Like put up somebody's ass in front of him?
Yeah, maybe, or just be like, what's your favorite small rodent animal?
Right.
Rank these animals.
What's the craziest urban legend?
Yeah. Give us your Mount Rushmore of small animals.
Because there were ones like that, like they would just go like wildfire.
Yeah.
Everybody knew.
It would be a very funny moment if you did that. If you said like, give your Mount Rushmore, he played into it. He's like, I'm gonna go mouse, rat.
I mean, I guess he would.
Gotta put gerbil on.
How was the Manningcast?
Oh, it was awesome. I was like, I was calling my dad on Monday, going to set up and do it. I was like, hey, like ESPN's over at the house, they're like setting this stuff up. I'm going on the Manningcast tonight, and he was just fired up because I was one of those kids like in high school and everything to where I was at the cafeteria table arguing about Peyton being better than Brady before Brady took off and did his thing.
Yeah.
Like talent wise, like he doesn't have the Super Bowls yet, but he's going to.
That was the peak of sports debate because it was Peyton and A-Rod at the same time.
Yes.
The two, like, you could say best
no
players
ring, no
and no
championships.
rings. And it was the best.
Was LeBron pre-championship then? It was still
LeBron
too young.
was,
he hadn't started yet.
Yeah,
right?
he
was
had.
he
He
had
had
it was Brady
LeBron
rings.
LeBron played in like the 90s.
I know, right?
Brady rings, Rogers arm, and Manning brain.
Yeah.
And people would tie Belichick into Brady then too, though. Like he has Belichick. This
Yeah.
guy has like
Right.
fucking Jim Caldwell.
Right.
But then he won all the Super Bowls, and it's like, yeah, you can't really. It's not really an argument.
Right.
But I was like gung ho. Peyton Manning is the best, and then you're sitting there talking ball with him in real time, and I just thought it was the coolest thing.
It
in the
really
world.
is like crazy thinking about the Mannings. Like if you, I know it's a cliche, but like if you told this to Hollywood, they throw it out. But like that Brady had this huge rival that he always beat, and then his fucking dopey brother.
Beat him twice.
Yeah, it's just so perfect.
Including like the most devastating loss in the history of
It's
Boston
so
sports
History.
perfect.
ever. Like nothing's
It's
even close.
The
crazy.
undefeated season.
Gone. to
crazy.
Eli Manning, who's
Yeah.
like not even the Hall of Famer, right? Like he might.
He
maybe-
will be.
I know, but he's like not though.
He like if he had one Super Bowl instead of two, I don't think he'd be in.
right. Like
Right.
He's like
He
he's like
never-
he's the great
Like there are
debate.
way
He
better.
was
There are way
never-
quarterbacks with no Super Bowls who are not in the Hall of Fame.
Eli Manning was a great big game quarterback. He was never at any point in his career a top 5 quarterback in the league,
But definitely not.
which is
I know
think
the
what
top
the
5
sign is a Hall of
pretty
Famer.
stacked top 5 at that point.
True, but he always is kind of.
See, I can do this. I mean, I can do this.
Yeah, who was your top 5 while Eli was playing? Well, don't you have Brady like
Yeah, I'd almost be
17th
curious.
Well,
overall?
Brady and I don't like each other. I think Brady is. I still say Brady's a top 30 quarterback.
Unassailable.
You going Roethlisberger over Manning, Eli?
Yes, I go
Yeah,
Philip
oh,
Rivers
for
over
sure.
Eli Manning.
Philip
Yes.
Rivers.
in
Yes,
terms of
definitely.
quarterback.
I
Definitely.
hated that he never got one. 'cause-
Breeze, Peyton, and
Yeah,
Brady.
man,
Rogers,
that's a
right? Do you say
crazy-
Rogers? Or no?
Rogers would be there, although he came a little bit
Little
later.
later, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was like 2009 maybe was his first year.
He did win a
No,
Super. He
no,
did
no.
win a Super Bowl the year before,
He won in 2011.
and then Manning won the next year.
Yeah, or 2010. I always get they really need to do the football season in one calendar year. It's the beauty
It
of
also-
baseball.
It also
You
felt
know
like
what season it is.
That's true.
it also felt like Roma would sling it better than Eli.
Rome
Yeah.
was better than Eli. It is prime.
But
Romo
yeah,
was
but
just such a
they just
choke
never.
artist.
Yeah, they
he's
just
a
never.
loser.
That
Yeah.
fucking
Man,
field goal.
fumbling that
The
goddamn
Seahawks,
field
the
goal,
grease
bro.
ball.
It's crazy. Like that,
Painful.
really. Yeah.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Was painful
Yeah.
when he fumbled that field goal.
Now Romo just jizzes in our ears every Sunday.
Yeah,
Is he so bad? I haven't watched this year much.
I like him.
I don't want Al Michaels.
like
I don't
him.
want Al Michaels to go away. I'm not interested
You,
in that.
you know that he got
We
kicked off.
Talks on the rundown. I don't need that in my life.
Agreed.
I don't need Iron Eagles dumb kid doing games.
It
Like, my life.
sucks.
When I hear Al Michaels, I think of my youth.
I think he's.
Yes.
We mentioned. I think he sounded a little disinterested, but he doesn't.
So
he hasn't
what?
lost it.
I don't
he
even
still
care.
has it.
It
He's
feels
still
like,
good at
when
it.
he's calling a game. It feels like a big game.
It's the big game voice.
I agree
Joe
with
Buck
you.
You know what I
has
mean?
it. Al Michaels has
Yep.
it.
Nance has it.
Nance definitely has the
Summerall
big
had it
game.
when I was a kid. Like,
Summerall was huge.
We mentioned yesterday. Are you? Wait. Where do you
Jake-
stand on Tirico? I do not think Tirico. has a
Tirico does
big
not
game
have it.
voice.
I think Tirico is like he's backed into a big game
like
voice
he's
where
got-
he's called enough big games
It
now
feels
where
like
he
you're
kind
watching
of
a
I
big
could.
game.
I think that's fair.
You put
Yeah,
Jake
I
Marsh in
align
that
with
group or no?
yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Shot of a lifetime.
It's a good point. Yeah.
Shot of a lifetime.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Absolutely.
Any other thoughts from last night, Jeff?
I'm kind of like.
Yeah, what's your? I wish you would have
was-
spoke last night.
I didn't.
You got to see it all in photo. You
I
hosted,
said enough.
hosted the whole thing.
Contrary to popular belief, I really didn't love being such a big part of the first few, because I planned so much of it and we tried to make it all work. But it wasn't my. The only time I almost chimed in was Jerry. It was to defend Jerry's gameplay because I was like,
Played very well.
He
I was
did.
like, I do.
And it was kind of like that narrative because it also diminished what Will did. Being like, oh, everyone's meddling, and that's why Jerry and like all this stuff. It's like
But I knew it wasn't time to talk. I mean, I have a picture. I got to tweet it. I walked by. I do a lap around the top of the office where I left each night, and just to see if like there was anything going on, just to get an idea. And there was one night he was in a side conference room, full biggest windows we have in the office, and he's just got on the screen on YouTube best Survivor moments. And I'm just like, that's great. That's all I would have said. I loved it. The YouTube thing was a huge bummer, but I don't know. I have the people still mad in the first few. They're like you fucked up. How do you feel? I'm like, oh, this is a great success. This is like, I'm very happy with this. Like, this is awesome.
What is you tell me this? We're friends, right? We've been friends a long time. We broke bread together.
Many times.
I paid for it.
Many times.
What is going on?
Oh wait. Oh shit. I don't have that.
What is going on with this New York Chicago thing?
I don't really know. I mean,
are you saying that? Do you actually know? Or are you being?
No, I really don't. Like, I have said that I don't. We work for the same company.
Is the Windy City Mafia a real operation?
The Windy City Mafia
t-shirts
is as
available?
real as could be.
Are T-shirts available?
T-shirts are available.
Okay,
you will get one for free because
Good,
you
thank
did. I think you coined the phrase.
You think I coined the phrase?
No, I mean I know there's always been tension at Barstool, so there's nothing new. Like there
has to be tension.
There's been times when it's been me and Kevin versus Dave, or me versus Dave, or Dave versus this person. Like this is just the nature. We've been doing this for a very long time. I don't see it as a rivalry because I see it's all working together. And at the end of the day, like their success is my success is their success. It all goes to one big bucket that pays everyone. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, and Kevin, like I've been working with Kevin for what I think 12 years now. There's no me if there's not Kevin first. If you look at how Barstool grew, like if Kevin fails, Dave never expands further than that and just does.
Do you feel like he's mad at you about something?
Maybe a little, but I'll probably pull him aside if I see him today. Like I was planning on it, like just being like, "Are we good?" And we've had moments before where there's been tension, and we've always gotten through it. So it's like I just don't see it as a big thing. I understand people kind of root for like rivalry and stuff, and it sucks because I understand from Kevin's perspective when people comment and like, "Oh, New York's dying." It's like, no, it's not. They're doing the same shit that they were always doing, and they're adding new shows and like. Some of
multiple really successful shows.
Like the office election was. I was like, damn, I wish we had thought of that. That's a genius thing. Like, so yeah, I do not think it's a big deal. But I guess maybe it is for other people. So I'll get to the bottom of it.
Has there ever been a Big Cat versus Kevin rivalry?
Not. We've never
content-wise,
fully butted heads. I mean, I think Barstool, and this is why we're successful. Everyone is competitive. Mm-hmm. Everyone wants to be successful. So it's not a surprise that we're competitive guys. Like Dave and I have had moments in our relationship that have been dark. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, but we've always gotten through it. So yeah, I think if this is a moment in time, we'll get through it.
Tough.
I always have respect for Kevin too. So it's not like, I don't. I'm sure we'll talk at some point and just be like, what's going on? Like we're in this together.
I love Kevin. He's a good friend of mine. Tough Kevin moment last night when he was like, hey. He's like, I thought like Hank was my boy. Like he stabbed me, and then Hank was like, you guys voted me out.
I think so.
I was like, that's remember that?
Yeah,
I
remember.
Like, that's a tough one.
Right, and I think
I know what Kevin means because Kevin really, I think, was like he tried to explain that he didn't do a great job because it's kind of a hard one, but like I think he was actually upset about it.
I think if Dave explained it perfectly, and I think this is what happened to Kevin is that like when you get voted out, the person who votes you out, you're mad at. I was mad at Dave. When Dave gets voted out, I'm like, all right, we're good. Dave needed Jerry to not win to get his pound of flesh. Where it's like
same last night with me and Shay.
Kevin got voted out like it was. I think the taping was the day of
super fresh.
Yeah, it was right there. Yeah. It might have not even been on. It might have been Thursday. It might have been Kevin voted out in the morning and then finale.
It was, I think, right?
Right,
because he lost the ball. The wall.
So Kevin got voted out, and then he has to see Will win. I completely understand his frustration of being like, well, this sucks. Like, I was right there, and the guy who got me. But yeah, I think Will made the right choice. I think it would have been a very tough if you don't vote Kevin out, Fights probably survives and Fights probably wins.
Right,
and that makes all the sense in the world.
Or I get out in the next one because also what people weren't understanding either. Like when wondering that is. Even going into the next one, we were thinking like you still just vote somebody out versus whoever wins gets to take somebody with them.
Right.
So I'm thinking if I take out Kevin now, I was scared of the Kevin Fights Che voting me out when it was 4.
That would
right.
So that's why I had to get Kevin because that's what I was trying to explain to Kevin too. I was like, I understand all the like where we were at the three that it would have been awesome to see, like the moment, this, that, the other. But if I'm selfishly trying to win, which I was, and objectively from a gamesman perspective, I've got to eliminate Kevin, because if I don't, I could be the sitting duck the next time.
Right.
And I'm not looking for parity in the final three content wise. I want to win by as much as I can.
You can make friends, or you can win championships.
Yeah.
Who texted you that piece of information?
Yes.
The other
True
thing
or
is,
false?
You did.
It's a
Because
game.
I even think I asked you too, because Che was such a wild card, and Kevin was like, to me, that is where I was trying to also explain to Kevin. I was like, we were both in the exact similar situation. Che stabbed Kirk, and I could have went the road that Kevin took with Che by being like, you're fucking dead, yada yada, or you use it as leverage to like, you got to prove back to me, and then you can use that element again the next time.
The other thing is the
shield,
Windy City Mafia, like this strong alliance that everyone thinks we had going into it. I think Kevin and Fight's alliance was the strongest of the whole show.
Yes and no. Yes, because they were never going to get
They were
broken
never
up,
going to get broken up.
but no, because they didn't have the numbers. That's where we
Right. No,
played
but
a
I'm
good
saying
game.
like
we knew that they kind of needed our number.
That's why because we thought we had Chase. It was always 3 against 2 in our
Right.
alliance.
And what got slept on too, I was thinking about it. Kevin was saying he was going to vote Fights. He put on a Hollywood acting performance
Right,
in front of me.
right.
Because I pulled him aside. I felt so bad about wanting to get Fights. I was like, I got to tell Kevin.
But that's the nature of Survivor. If you make a move and it fails, there's embarrassment involved.
Oh, you
And-
feel like a total asshole.
right. And so, but what I was gonna say is the Windy City Mafia. Like, so before we went, I think PFT and I like it was not even said. It was just like, yeah, of course we're not gonna vote for each other. I think we said like, oh yeah, we'd love if Jerry won. Hank told me dead to my face. He was like, if it's between you and Dave, I'm gonna save Dave. And I was like, okay. So the Windy City Mafia was not, and then Che was with you guys the whole time. So it was a lot looser than it got let on. But do go buy the shirt.
Go by the
Dude,
shirt. There was a good, like, when I was in Chicago one of the few times before the show, you kind of felt like, okay, there's about 6 of these guys who would stick together. Like, I know Hank was like, if it comes down to you two, it'll be Dave. But I know in that position,
Jerry,
moment
for
in
sure.
time,
I should have.
in your mind, you're like, I do hope one of my guys wins.
Right.
Like, I'm gonna play the game, but I hope one of my guys.
Well, I don't think you
wins.
can ever criticize a GM again for their drafting.
No, worst drafting ever.
That was
Again,
who's the Bears GM equivalent of that?
probably Phil Emery.
Okay.
Was really bad.
Okay, yeah.
He was really, really bad. Ryan Pace was very bad, the one that we just fired a couple years ago. But yeah, I could not have played a worse game from start to finish. From
kind of impressive
from
in a
10
way.
a.m.
Yeah.
to 4 p.m. on Sunday.
I
Was just bad decision after
I
bad
was
decision.
surprised that you
Dude,
were not that first.
I
was
was
like, yo,
thinking,
Dan?
and I look. This is my.
But once Tommy had it though, I was
Yeah,
like,
it's
I was like, it's. I remember we were sitting together, like, well, I was like, Dan's out.
I went into the game being like, I want it to be funny. I want it to be content, and that's all I was thinking.
But you picked a good content team though. to be
Right.
fair.
I
Like, it
picked a
gave us,
great
like-
content team.
Right.
It was the worst team. Like, I should have talked to the Windy City Mafia before. We should have had a better plan. We didn't have a plan.
When you
So there was no
drafted,
really-
You drafted Dave first, right?
I'm pretty sure.
You did.
When you drafted
Yeah.
Dave, I was like, that's kind of a wild move.
I was like,
Yeah.
he's in-
I mean, I'm an idiot.
Because even
Who did
though
Che pick first?
Will, I think.
no, I was second. He
Oh.
picked.
Might have been me.
Yeah, I think he picked you.
Kevin
That's unbelievable. Really?
That is funny. Yeah,
That's
I think it was.
unbelievable.
I
Think
just
about
did
it.
I did a choose your own adventure book, and every time I did the fork in the road, I died.
That's
That's all I
That was
did.
always dark when you were a kid. It was
Yeah.
like, go to page 68, and it's like, yeah, you're dead.
You fell
You're
off a
like, what
cliff.
And it's
fuck?
like you drafting Dave. It was
Because I wanted it to be funny, like
For
Jim
sure.
versus
Rico and
him.
Jerry
Yeah,
and-
right.
for sure, but no matter what, like you guys are boys, and you're also competitive. Like
Yeah.
you two being
It would have been
a
great.
couple
yeah.
at the top of the company, like you guys wanna you wanna win.
Oh, for
you wanna get
sure.
on each other. So when Dave
Oh, I
made
knew
the
you-
move
yeah,
on,
I mean, I knew you
when
were
Dave
pissing
made the
me.
move on day one,
Yeah.
I thought in my head, I'm like, I know that's the worst
That's gonna come
way
back
for
and-
Dan to go out that he would have wanted to go
Yeah.
out.
I said
Because he was like,
I
oh,
was saying
NFL Sunday,
but
you know,
also-
did the stuff that he's
Also,
already
bad
Eminem'd
play by
himself on.
Dave though. Like Dave.
Yeah, he should have
Dave,
gone
yeah,
through right
for,
away.
for a big Survivor fan, Dave stunk at playing Survivor.
Right,
He couldn't
he-
keep his fucking mouth shut.
Yes.
And
Like,
that
he was-
first move, like if he had kept me around, I think if he had come to me, if he had talked to me, I think we probably could have worked something out that would have kept both of us around for a really long time.
Oh, you're
But
watching football though. There's no,
people
But
get
then,
mad
hey,
about- it's my job.
You were in the
He's
cave.
like-
You were in the cave.
He's watching
I
ball.
did watch back because I think some people were like, everyone was watching football, so I went and I looked at the stream, and it was everyone who you guys who won so you didn't have to vote.
Right.
That's right.
We had,
And then it was just
That's right.
my fucking dumbass sitting there the entire time, being like,
Fucking-
"Oh yeah, we got to vote soon. Oh okay, no problem."
because Jeff texted me and goes, "I can't believe one of you guys or something." And I was like, "We won, so there was
Yeah,
nothing
you
to
guys-
do."
it was-
if anything, we wanted to sit there to listen to what could be.
I watched it back and I was like, "Oh, Tommy's not here for a 3-hour stretch. Gaz isn't here for a 3-hour stretch. Dave just left for an hour, huh?" So that's what happened. Fucking idiots. God.
Just a conversation. If some people would have just approached and
All I
talked
had to
about
do
it,
was just put on my game hat for like 15 minutes, and I could have maybe survived.
you did once you got out, though.
Oh yeah. Well, I was pissed because I FOMO. Watching you guys play the games, it looks so much fun, and I
It's
was
the
like,
worst being out. It's the fucking worst.
and you not being able to go home. Like if we had done this in Chicago, and it's like I'm out, and then I can like tell my wife like, actually I'm gonna be around all week. Like
Right.
you don't have to do all 3 kids by yourself. I would have been like, fine, just remove myself. But having to sit there every day and watch you guys play sucked so bad.
It's the worst too because like you're in the middle of it. You were for a little bit, but I was for a couple of days. You're in the middle of it, scheming, and I kind of felt like I was sort of running our group of 3. I was wrong, but like doing this, doing that, and then once you're out, then you see them. They're kind of like, "Hey, what's up?" And then they go upstairs, and you're kind of like,
Yeah, like
"See you later." I'm gonna go.
Oh, shit.
I'm gonna go grab some lunch myself. Like,
Yeah.
see you in a little bit.
Oh.
See you in the next challenge.
I'm gonna go chat with Glenny for an hour.
Right,
You guys
yeah, I'm
go
like-
play your game.
Yeah, I'm gonna go sit there and talk. Dan and I are just gonna look at each other for 20 minutes.
Oh, man.
I'm gonna go tape my show.
Oh
Fucking depressing.
yeah.
Jesus Christ. But a friendship was born.
Good friendship.
A good, yeah,
Yes.
an important
Yeah, an important one.
north and south things. It does. None of it matters. French bros.
Yes, bros for life.
Born because of the Italian stallion himself.
Yeah. What was
Rocky
this?
Balboa.
What was
Rocky,
this
man.
vacation, by the way? Because I thought that was an underrated thing in the finale. I didn't.
Wait, you're going on
realize-
vacation with Feilerberg?
That's
and Kevin?
splitting the pot.
Yeah,
That's
I-
splitting the
That's
pot, is
splitting
it
the pot.
not?
That's splitting
Yeah,
the
that
pot.
That's literally
That's definitely
splitting the pot.
pot.
Go
It
on a
was-
group vacation.
It was
That's
man, 'cause-
that's the most
'cause-
meddling you could do.
Yeah, what we would do is we get banged up at nighttime and have movie night, get high, eat snacks, and talk shop. And since they went on the drop of a hat trip with Bert Kreischer, I know Bert's like, hey, we're gonna, I'm sure he does with a lot of people, but he was like, hey, you and Taylor, like, you guys are on the list. And so we were kind of talking about that and being like, hey, this crew should go on a trip every year. And I'm like in my head the whole time thinking like, I'm trying to get one of you guys out at some point. I just got to figure out how I can and really it was fights. I was like, I just got to figure out how I can.
I think that's
Split
probably
this.
also Kevin's anger. I totally understand because he thought it was like you guys are talking trips. You're like that close, and then to get it's the ultimate survivor move where
Yes.
you look and you're like, wait, I'm not part of this crew.
That's what I did. I was watching these movies with those guys for a couple of nights. Feilerberg
Right.
and Kevin. The next day, Kevin votes me. I'm like, you fucking mother.
Yeah.
He did, and that went under the radar because he sold an insane because I was like, I feel terrible that we're voting fights. I'm just gonna tell Kevin that hey, we got the numbers already. Just letting you know, as a homie, you can still vote fights to save face, but we are taking him out, type of thing.
Right.
And he was like, oh man, no. And he was like, I get it though. Like, yeah, at some point we got to get split up, and sold it. And then Kirk goes out and it's like, oh my God.
That one hurts.
And then all I thought about was like, Kirk's going to think I fucking turned on him.
Yeah.
And that is not what I want.
Fucking Minneslam.
Shay the Rat.
Because when we're
I got back
doing
at
all this stuff every night, you
you
start to grow to see that, okay, the New York Chicago thing, you want to, when Chicago breaks off and then big personalities go, the way I'm putting it together, the big personalities go, it's going to be a success. And then people chirping that, oh, New York's going to fail.
Yeah, that part
Not
sucks.
that it's a personal thing between the actual people.
Right.
But you feed these
you
rivalries in your head of, you do want to secretly figure out a way to come out on top and say, boom, we won, we got it. And not in the name of, I'm better than Big Cat or better, but to kind of it's like proving the haters wrong.
Right,
type of
and
thing.
that's the part that I keep going back to. Like when people are like, "Oh, New York is dying," that hurts me just as much as it's all the same company.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
If Chicago failed, that would be really bad for New York. If New York failed, that'd be really bad for Chicago. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yes.
So that's the part where people will start the narrative. It's like I want everyone. We have to succeed as a company now because we don't have the pen backing anymore.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
But that is where and then the New York Army in that game was smaller.
Right.
So the bond was tighter, but
We're
that's how
a group of idiots. We did not plan anything before. Knowing how well people plan before, I was playing the game poorly.
Jimmy J was playing before even he was.
I was
3 months before.
I was playing the game poorly for a solid month before it started. That's how bad I was.
Like I want to. If Dave came in right now, is like, we're starting this again. Just so you know, today, right now, we're doing this. I'd be like, I'm in. Great.
Same.
Let's fucking get to work.
You actually
Like,
said to
wait,
me,
no, I would.
What?
Raiders play the Chargers tonight.
It's a big game. It's a big game.
You said to me when I came to Chicago for that Brown Steelers game, we talked about it briefly because we went over like the schedule very quickly, and you said, I don't know, maybe I just want to get eliminated first and then just sit in the hotel all weekend. And I was like, yeah, and then I walked away and I thought to myself, like, no fucking shot he would think that.
Yeah, and I
It's
said
eliminated.
that out loud, which
like,
was stupid. Like, again,
I mean, yeah, it's different when you're in the game, but I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, if he gets out first, he is going to be so bummed
so
out.
pissed. So
And I
pissed.
said this, and I mean, it's great that you won the money, but during it, the money never crossed my mind. Like, while you're competing,
No,
it just didn't.
no.
I mean, like, it's happy to win it.
competition.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's great to win it. But like, that's
I think it was a quote yesterday. You're like, it could have been. They should have just whether it's $1 or $1 million. Like the mindset wasn't changing.
didn't care.
Did he
You
talk
just wanted-
about
you
number
wanted to win.
yesterday on this show? I think he did about
What's
like the next prize.
Yeah,
Oh, he said he's going to up it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Which will be, that is the way to do it, to make it
yeah.
more, everyone's like, I have to cut your throat. If now we're talking like $250,000 or something.
I'm not super crazy about like nothing against these guys, but putting like the comedian, like the celebrities. I want to keep it Barstool.
I do too. We have enough people.
They're talking
now.
about Shane Gillis, who is, I understand he's great in it, but like that doesn't. I guess
He's been on a few
This
things.
is a Barstool.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah.
The history like stuff matters.
Gotta
Yeah,
gotta
this
get
matter.
Whit to do it. Whit's got.
Whitney?
Whit's got to do it.
Do his
I
fucking
still
house,
think
dude,
my
fucking-
dream
Which
for
should
the-
have done the last.
Oh, he
one
said
that we
do it
were
on a
on.
golf course.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah.
This would
fucking bunker.
probably be impossible to do, but my ultimate dream for like the Barstool reality world is if we could ever figure out how to do the Amazing Race. I think it would be
Oh,
so
I'm
unbelievable.
fucking in.
It was
10.
It would be
It's
like,
Barstool America.
How about
season
like a
3.
New York version, like called Rat Race?
no, but
That's
it's,
Clever's host.
it's just and
Season
Stephen
3
Che
of
is
Barstool
the-
America was based around you and PFT.
I
we
was
were
gonna
we were gonna try to do Amazing Race, and
We
then
Yeah,
we didn't have the budget.
but it would
like,
be incredible if it was like me and PFT, Taylor and Will, you and Che,
Well,
like
I actually think it should be like that's what you guys should think, and then we go in and it's just completely random.
they mess. Yeah,
Then it's like
I will say he
I
Dave
was-
talked
but-
about.
I would actually. Do,
I was
I'd
thinking
probably do a Rico.
if we
honestly.
did Amazing Race and it was Dave and his dad.
Oh, I'm fucking unbelievable. And by the way,
Greatest thing ever.
the way I would do it, I'm glad you said this 'cause I've thought about this. Like we should do it. Like I understand international's a pain in the ass. Just keep it like in America.
Yeah,
And be like it was like teams of 2, 10 teams of 2. So let's say it's you and Taylor,
Okay.
Dan and me say.
yeah.
So like, you start at the beginning of the race. All right, here's a clue. You have to go find this place. Go, and you're going across America.
You're literally driving.
yeah, and then you
Based
go. You do
on hey, this clue I believe is
Yeah,
telling us
and then you
this.
get there and everyone's
There's
there.
a challenge. You do it.
Yeah.
You go to the next one. You do the next one. The first one's there wins. The last team there is out
Yeah,
until you do 9 rounds on the last.
but
one.
then you
big
get
twists
all
and
the
stuff.
yeah,
Yeah,
you
right,
get all
right.
the video
double
of like
eliminations, no non-elimination.
you and Taylor like on day 3 fighting on the road and stuff, and like it's just
Yeah,
it's a great
it's-
show.
It's one like
I actually like the show.
he talked about budget a little bit here yesterday. We did map it out.
Could that be?
because
Would that
you
be
you and
cheaper
PFT had said it, and it was mapped out. This is back when they were
You
spending a
got
lot.
cardio, right? For the
yeah, we could get Chevy or someone. to do
Yeah,
it.
they were. This was back when we were doing like people jumping on planes. But if
Yeah,
we like
it was-
scaled it down, I do think we could do it.
I mean,
it would
be
be
so
amazing.
funny.
Let's do that. Let's make that happen.
Yeah.
Wait, who would you? You and Bosco?
Rico.
What about Riggs?
Huh?
What about you and Jeff?
Trying to figure out
He's
clues
already
going
trying to
around the
win
Well,
the
world.
game.
that's the beauty of the game.
He's already trying to win.
That's
this
the
I'm
idea.
just
Yeah.
saying, like, we might struggle.
Almost like a burner phone, where you're not getting like an iPhone. Like,
Right, that's another one we.
But
could,
I'm saying,
we could easily
if
do
people
as
in
a-
Amazing Race allowed to try and like use whether it's the
No.
internet or friends?
And they give you, and they also
like, am
the
I
be-
allowed
the
to call? Would I be allowed to call my
no,
wife?
no.
Hey, sweetheart, here's the clue.
No.
Okay.
So in the beginning of it, also like each episode, say Jeff's hosting, he's like, okay, for food, get whatever. Here's $61.26.
Which that adds to the element of like content. Like, all right, like this, 3,000 mile. It could be 1,000 miles or something.
right?
it'd
We
be
should
fucking
do,
amazing.
yeah.
That would be sick.
Yeah.
Do it like late January, early February.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Second week of
Yeah.
February.
See, I
I
got
did say that
nothing.
last night. I don't know if I was ever.
You say you
laughing.
got
They're like,
nothing,
"What are you
you'll
doing
have
again?" I was like,
something.
Do you know that
February?
football? I have gotten out of jury duty because of it. I literally went, and when I was still living in Brooklyn, I got called for jury duty in like September, and they're like,
Amazing race though, great weather, like July,
yeah,
a week in July,
Perfect.
literally a week in July.
Yeah.
perfect.
Let's do that. Would
The
Dave-
road thing is fun. We
Would
did.
Dave
We
be
did.
down for that or no?
I don't know. It's just budget.
Apparently,
Imagine if we worked in some golf too, like stopping. That's a challenge. Oh man.
apparently,
To
yeah.
me, if you're including like Dave would, obviously he's a massive pool, but I think there's so many different personalities that it would still be incredible.
I just know it
I
becomes-
just mean signing off budget-wise.
Yeah.
Oh,
It becomes
gotcha,
very
gotcha.
big on coverage of camera.
Right.
Like, I know this one.
So
he
every
mentioned
team-
yesterday.
so
He got,
every team has a goat.
At
And
least-
probably a cameraman in the back seat.
Following.
Yeah.
it becomes like if you want to do it because you don't want to. You couldn't do like you could do like 8 teams. But if you want to do,
I was gonna say 8 teams.
yeah, if you want to do more, yeah. I don't know. Like I
To
just
me,
know
you have to be concerned about the cheating aspect. Just
Well,
based
there's
on
no rules.
based on
We
but if
will
there's
have
no
rules
rules,
Oh.
This time, no.
because
There
it's
are
like if
rules
you
this
can't
time.
use things to help you out.
And
Like,
on that
Dave
show,
just
one-
gets a helicopter.
and that show, once you're
yeah,
eliminated, you're
right,
gone.
right.
Yeah, right.
Like, you're
yeah,
not-
there's
you're
no
not-
voting.
You're not
or-
traveling along with them. Like once you're out, you're out.
It's like the winner. Yeah, so that's a true like race where the winner is the winner, not like we're gonna vote at the end.
right.
So that
Yeah, you just win.
there's no you can't medal because it's just whoever.
I'm
got
just saying
there.
people are meddling with like their own networks outside of like who's in the car with them or who they're traveling
He's
with.
trying to figure out a way to cheat. and win
Chevy
this game.
sponsors.
I'm not. I'm
Chevy
saying-
sponsors the Barstool Amazing Race.
Yeah, we get a phone sponsorship for everyone gets a burner phone that like
like an old texting like Team
Yeah.
Minihane
Done.
phone.
yeah
Done.
You have to use old school maps.
You're in.
MapQuest.
Oh,
You
I've
ever-
been
you
talking.
Taylor do it?
I've been
I know
Jeff
you're
can
in.
say I've been talking about it for like 2 years.
Yeah,
now.
I'm
it was,
in. I'm
it was
in,
kicked
right?
around.
Me and
It was
Rico.
kicked
Me and
around.
Rico is
Yeah,
the
you're
team.
in.
Me and Rico is great.
I think maybe Dave and Elio actually.
Yeah.
That
Although
would
I
be
do like
that'd be
Dave and-
pretty funny.
Dave and Mike.
Yeah, Biz and Wit.
Biz and Wit.
Like it would be KB and Nick would be so funny
You
on
can also
it.
now you can have the broads.
I
'cause
think
there's
I think
no-
I think
Yeah.
Rhea and
Yeah.
Fran interviewed for actual Amazing Race like 8 times.
What's
Like,
that?
Actually, Rhea and Fran and Tommy and Spider both interviewed for actual
That's
Amazing
right.
Race.
That's
yeah,
right.
Rhea and Fran do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Or you
There's
could
a
do,
lot
like,
of there's a
home
lot
and
of
Frank
like,
and Jenks.
teammate
Oh my
swaps.
Rhea and Hank? No. No, that wouldn't be a good team.
I don't think so.
Okay, I'm just throwing.
I gotta go. I left my wallet in the
Where's your
car.
wallet?
Yeah, fuck. Oh shit.
Are you guys have your NFL show?
Yeah, we have to do our NFL.
Oh
show.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
it was a
Oh, yeah.
pleasure
Yeah.
competing against you briefly. As it was. Love seeing you. I'll see you. I don't know when I'll see you again.
Yeah,
No
come
idea.
back out. Enjoy.
I love it
Wisconsin.
here. This is great. This
Yeah.
is. I'm enjoying.
moving?
Anytime
I
you
only got-
want
no,
to.
I'm not moving.
Anytime you want to
Kirk.
come, we have set this up.
You know, you didn't move. All your children are lovely, by the way.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Jeff,
the
your
thought
future children
process
as well.
behind this office, like going one last thing to the Chicago, like we built all these extra studios.
I know, it's a
I
ton of
would
them.
love for people, just even if it's like, hey, I'm gonna come out for a week. You know, I'll come out for a week. I'll do my show. We'll get
Bunch
in the
of
mix.
content.
Yeah, it's like so.
I've
It's
done
set
it
up like
once
that.
already. It's just
Yeah.
great. It's easy.
Yeah, I'll do that. We'll do that.
Well,
at
hey,
some
hey,
point.
all three teams will be here for live dozen tournament this year.
Oh yeah, we're
Guaranteed
doing it
that.
here.
We'll all be in the
Sunday-
final 12.
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, double headers each night. Thursday, Final Four to theater.
The boost
It's gonna
ponies will
be-
definitely be in that.
The boost. Honestly, 2 wins gets you in. They already got 2 wins. It's like
Booze
got-
ponies
they're
are 2-1 right now.
their fan
better
vote's
record
way
than I
too
have.
high. They'll never.
They got a playoff win last year.
We did.
Yeah.
We got a playoff.
That's
We
gonna be
haven't
that's gonna
played
be
them
nutty
yet.
here. That's gonna be awesome.
Oh, it's gonna be so great.
I was
We haven't
I had so
played-
much
we haven't
FOMO
played that
seeing
team,
you
right?
guys in
No, you
in
guys are- you
Chicago,
guys
right?
are
Yeah.
playing.
Show.
We'll play.
That looks so sick.
It's
Last
I
year
was
we
like
got-
yelling with Kirk, like as you fuck you.
No
Last
one
year was
remembers
unbelievable.
that we were here in Chicago last year because that was. I mean, it was what I say. It was Villanova. What did they play? Oklahoma in the Final
Yeah.
Four. They won by like 50.
Yeah,
That was what happened to us
They
versus
were
Kirk's team.
shot out of a cannon.
Yeah, that was.
You're undefeated this year. You're 2-0 though.
I mean, we played the Ice Dogs. I don't know if you
You
played them yet.
guys can win the championship.
The Ice
though.
Dogs. You can
Yeah, you guys are like a solid
You're a team that
squad.
could win the championship.
no.
You were the Final Four last year.
It's unfortunately, I think Che and Rhone are very, very good and very dependable. It would come down to me, and I'm not.
Well, you know my
I
team.
don't have a lot in my brain.
Well, my team's
decent
X
this year.
factor is Rico.
Yeah.
By the way, did you see? Obviously, I love Hank. You see Hank last night in trivia?
Mm-mm.
So we're tied. We get into overtime against Castellani's team, 14-14, I think it was. So we do the final, like, whatever. How many times did Wayne Gretzky do whatever? You write down the number, whoever's closest. How many films in the Halloween franchise? We're playing.
Tied 1-1 over.
Tied 1-1. I won mine. Rico lost his. And so it was Joey. Joey gets 17. Hank gets 13
Is it?
on the dot.
Wow.
Double
My
one.
boy.
Game over. My guy
My
Hank. He's come through
boy.
for the Ryder Cup and at this.
I
I'm
love
a-
it. I
I'm-
love
I'm
your.
a-
I love your French. That actually
I
is a
love
great sign that you can repair after saying certain things about people. Because there was a time where you said a lot of things. Hank said a lot of things about you.
Hank wrote a blog post with a picture of my dead mom on it.
So
He had cancer.
dude.
He had a picture of my bald mom, and she had cancer.
Yeah.
Jesus fucking
Called her a
Christ.
cunt.
But look,
I mean,
they're
he
friends
did.
now. They're
Yeah.
teammates for life.
Yeah, what did I say about him?
I can't remember. I think
I think it was totally unprovoked.
I don't know.
I can't imagine I said that.
I think he's usually go with like, I hope he gets hit by a bus,
right.
dies,
Guys, he was on the death
kills
list,
himself.
But the mom with cancer.
Terrible.
It was.
You don't,
yeah.
you don't, Will, you don't go after families. Like, there's a
No.
rule. I don't do it. You just, policy.
Perfect
That was
ending.
my-
All right, guys.
It's our thing. It's La Cosa Nostra. No children or wives.
Shout out! I want to shout out the mini fans. I want to
Minifans.
shout out being on here. It fires me
They
up
are
to be
very
on here.
small. Yeah,
squat.
Yeah, they're
Do
not
you
fans.
think his fans are like Oompa Loompas? What
Yeah,
was
mini
that?
fans.
Minifans.
The Minifans.
There you go.
The Minifans were.
They love you.
They would be in my comments very early in the coming of Barstool because not that we had actual exchanges.
I don't think
But
we ever.
they're-
Yeah, we just. I don't think I ever met you. Oh, we had the steak dinner. The fucking.
That was our first
you
one.
did-
We
you
sat
did
next to each
Brandon
other.
Walker.
Brandon Walker, $20 bill.
Well,
dinner.
once you so most people at Barstool, their first interaction with the mini fans usually they go, well, once you break through, they're some of the
Yeah,
funniest
I love
people
Dan.
online.
Yeah, they're
Thing in
good.
the
It's a
world.
whole
They're
world.
good. They're good.
Most,
All right.
for the most part.
Well, congratulations.
All right.
I'll see you guys after.
Thank you,
All right,
Kirk.
boys.
All right, boys. Thank you, Will. Thank you, Dan. Congratulations. All right, what are we doing?
That was the other thing, the continuing saga of how, like, my family, girlfriend, everyone knows that you and I are friends. So, like,
Yes.
nothing you say is shocking.
Right.
Last night, my girlfriend watched your speech, and I was like,
Oh yeah.
what'd you
well,
think? You want to hear her takeaway? What she goes, Chase 37? It's just like, he just doesn't, yeah.
That was my thing. Like, I know I love.
We're still live, by the way. You can say in the mic. You
Yeah,
can say in the
you're
mic.
it's fine.
Yeah.
I was just like, when I'm anchoring my wife to watch it, it's like you want the people who
Yeah.
you also want your people to understand that it is like a WWE, like you pay to do stuff like that, the roast thing, like just because people see it and they might be completely new to all the Barstool things. So you love to give context just because I want people to root for him the same way I would. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
I know you don't give a
Best
fuck.
friends.
I don't give a
Just
fuck.
thinking, like, yeah. To me,
Yeah.
it's like all part of like the act, the thing.
It's
and all
fun.
that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a wild,
I'll talk to you later.
All right.
wild
Thanks, Will.
speech,
See you
wild
later.
night. Congrats to Will.
Congrats to Will. Congrats to Will. I guess he didn't know we were on the air.
Yeah, it's all right.
Maybe I'll do an ad read today.
Yeah, I said I wasn't gonna forget.
Let me see here.
Definitely forgot. You want them to open calls?
Yeah, we'll take some calls. Why not?
Kind of ran out of time yesterday.
I don't know, we've taken in a while.
Do I have to send them to you? Do you have them?
No, I got them somewhere. We'll talk about Miltons first. Miltons.com, the store for men, of course. Social Plaza Braintree, Chestnut Square, Chestnut Hill, and the Burlington Mall. I thought for a while yesterday, for an hour or two, I was like, geez, I was on a text bill from Miltons to be like, can you mail me, you fly me in a suit?
When I
I should have worn a Milton suit.
when I'm
next
in
time
Boston,
done.
I need to. That
Yeah,
should be
next time
part of
you're here,
my-
we'll go.
Between
We'll
that, Papa G, I need
do
to
the
be
whole
my
thing.
tour. Yeah.
Yeah, I should have brought. I had a suit and I forgot to bring it, and I should have worn my Miltons last night like a slob. I apologize. The store for men, the greatest suits on earth. Buy one get one free suit. And that continues to roll on right now. Go to Miltons.com and go look at some great clothes. Make you look great. And I'm happy to announce. I saw the text yesterday that Miltons is back for 2024.
Oh, nice.
Once again, so
No
original
brainer.
sponsor. The original sponsor, by the way, I don't know if you know this or not, of Barstool itself.
They were at the Dozen in Boston.
Correct. Did you
And
meet
Dave,
Bill? Did you meet Bill?
I didn't get to meet him. It was very
Yeah.
brief, but I remember Dave like lit up. He's like,
The
"Oh
twen-
my god, yeah."
20th anniversary. Yeah. No, great. First person for Portnoy, first person for me, or first company. Milton's, the store for.
That's crazy. Like that long. It's like
Crazy.
Even great sponsors don't last because like
No.
it just things
Things
change
happen.
and move on.
Yeah.
But that is crazy.
Yeah, it's been for me 10 years since EEI. So, and for Dave, 20 now. So, I know he was happy that they came back with us. Let me see here. So we're gonna take calls. You're saying?
Yeah. Are the guys there?
Yep,
I don't know,
I'm
see the
setting it
number
up
here.
now.
Coleman or Gus.
What was that?
Set up the phone lines.
Oh yeah.
You got to call the
Let
number.
me know when you tweet it out. Or
Yep.
Let me know.
They're doing it right now. By the way, that clip yesterday, I finally watched it back of where you thought I was saying Andy Mayo to be the head coach of the New England Patriots.
It looks real. It's real, right?
Well, because again, like in the moment, I was like, "Why are you looking at me like this?"
Right. I was like,
I know you know who Gerard meant. Like I know you know who.
I know Gerard Mayo. I was like, what is he? What is he talking? I was like, is this an inside like White Sox Dave Gerard Mayo? What the fuck is going on here? That whole rundown was like, fast forward, I was doing Pick'em, you were doing something else, and like I think Nikki was on then, and I walked in and we're like, okay, we got to get moving here because I think it was late.
They said you have until 11:45. We have to reset this. I was like, all right. And they were worried. They thought I was going to go long. And I saw that time, like, we're done. Let's get out.
Yeah, once we started talking about the Julia Roberts movie, I was like, I think we're done here.
Yeah,
Probably bad gust
which I
humps.
haven't even watched. I'm actually going to watch on the plane today. That's my plane watch.
What are the, I don't even know the reviews for it.
Phone number's out.
Mixed or- the Walker
80%
reviews are- Walker
critics.
reviews are-
Yeah, and then the audience review is very low.
From Walker.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't like it.
Yeah, you
I
told me you
saw-
didn't like
did
it.
Did not enjoy it. I think he's very good in it. Story bored me to fucking tears.
I just feel like I know that's your favorite movie. I get that. Like I've never been a huge fan of it, but I get it.
Ocean's 11 my favorite movie, but Wonka's up there. Yeah,
I don't think that's. I get why they're doing it, but like we need to reboot this again.
like you really tried. and
We
it didn't
tried it. Like
work.
it's like I mean, it'll probably do okay this weekend, but it's gonna have no legs.
Like Wilder is a performance you can't rep. You just can't.
no, and just the movie itself, it's of a time, and like kids still like that movie. I don't.
It's the classic. Who did the bit? It's the. I think Patton Oswalt might have had about George Lucas and Star Wars. It's like you like Boba Fett? It's like, yeah. It's like, well, here's him as a little kid. It's like,
Right,
oh.
yeah,
It's
right.
like, you like Wonka and the Chocolate Factory? Well, here's him before the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah,
It's
why
like,
do
oh.
I care about that?
All right.
You didn't like it though.
Did not. No, I did not enjoy it. I was quite disappointed.
Yeah.
I think you put the headphones on. I think lines are open.
Yep, we're all set.
Yep, we're all set, ready to go.
Anything from these two guys or no? Of note?
They sent me. I'll do a topics rundown again at the end.
Okay.
They sent me 5.
They load up, Coleman.
Yes.
All right. What's going on with you guys? Anything?
Not much. Just big day of Kirk content yesterday. It was just nonstop. It was awesome.
That was your work. Was my day of content?
No. I'm just saying. I had
Confused.
to.
I
Wait,
feel
they
like-
sound a little. Actually, can you guys put your head above the water for
Yeah,
a
you
second?
sound. You
I
do
can't-
sound distant.
Yeah.
Do we
We're
sound
drowning over here.
It's us, though, right?
Yeah, no, it's just because it's us. Yeah, they
Yeah,
can hear him fine.
Okay. Well, did you guys watch? I went running this morning. 2 great runs on the that river walk right there. But I don't know if you saw it.
Yeah.
It's like really nice. We're in a nice spot.
Yeah.
And I listened to Julie on with Menners.
Yeah.
And her stock, she hates the show.
Really?
Yeah, criticisms. Yes, a buffet of criticism. Did you watch it, Coleman, or no?
Yeah. Like
Agreed?
1.5 times through. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. No. I couldn't stop laughing at them and like breaking down and analyzing the text to me because it was just such a non-thing to me.
Oh, and hey, Julie's like, oh, I liked it better when I don't like this person in there, and I like this person. I'm like, geez, if you don't like the show, find a different show.
And she likes
No
she
hard
likes her
feelings.
fellow
Like, we can find somebody else to book a Papagenos. What's that?
she likes her fellow Titanic fan though. Carabas seems like.
Oh, that's true. Well, yeah, who doesn't? Who doesn't? All right, they'll load up.
Yes.
All right, let's go.
I got a question for Jeff.
You're good. Just don't worry about anything. Don't worry about anything.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Hey, Jeff, whatever happened to your show, The Sit Down?
What was that?
He's making a Jeff Nadeau joke.
Oh,
I guess
that's right.
that landed. I'm
That's
sorry.
right.
I
you could have sold it better. I forgot.
routinely
Sorry,
forget
Dave.
his name is Jeff.
Yes, I forgot he existed. I forgot Jeff Nadeau existed.
I like that.
That's funny. There you go. Thank you, Dan. 2 Dans on today. Well, 1 Dan, I guess.
Yeah.
Ho, ho, ho. Hello, Kirk. It is me, Santa Claus.
Hello, Santa. How are you?
I got a Christmas letter that is very concerning to me, and I want to read it to you.
Okay.
Starts, Dear Santa Claus, I recently became involved with a lovely girl, and our relationship is beginning to become physical. However, she has children, does not want more, and insists that I wear a condom during sex. How can I convince this bitch to let me bust my nut inside her? Sincerely, Harry Minihane.
This is what I mean. Like, the kids are awful. How dare you? First of all, Harry, I'm not going to speculate he's underage, but Harry, I think, is going to be like, I think he's going to go bareback. I'll just say it. Like, he's a pleasure guy. He loves his video games. He loves his boy with Uke. Like, he enjoys stuff, Santa. I don't think I'm not sure he believes in Santa Claus anymore, so I don't think that was Santa Claus A. I don't think Harry would write that. Harry, of course, is being accused of being in this relationship with Juan, the landscaper,
Yes.
who I don't know, is apparently banging his wife. I don't know this, but I'll say this: kids are off limits. Like, if everyone's going to be sensitive, I'll be sensitive too. I don't like it.
Juan.
Yeah. Well, I don't. I mean, I don't. Santa, I don't know what
It's
to
a great
say.
call every time, yeah.
I'll speak to Harry about that. I wasn't surprised. I know Dan pays more attention to this because he's just like a nicer guy with stuff like this. But I didn't like. I expected people who hate me to like, or people who don't know me to be like, what an asshole on this Che thing, and the people who love me to be like, I love that. Like that's.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying, like with the roast thing. Like I was like, this is just a fucking roast.
Yeah.
Like it's a comedy spot.
Again, I don't know. Maybe I'm biased. I just wasn't. Nothing really phased me on that. Just like
I just love that picture. I think it's a very fun.
It's unreal.
Picture.
My reaction to I was two hands. I was like, holy shit.
I mean, I was like, for something like that, for surviving, you're not going to go 60%. Like you can't look. I would tell us to other people in surviving too. You're either in or you're out.
Yep.
You can't. You go in the middle, you're fucked.
Yeah, you have to know. I mean, not that I guess if you were comparing notes, like what you said about Che is probably, and like you and I are close, and like we'll make like the dad joke here and then. I made one to you, and you just didn't hear it when you got eliminated.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. Like I was like, oh, it is what it is. Like
well,
it's all
said
fair.
Yeah, but, I mean, Bigfoot was 2-year-old, whatever, 4 years, worse. But it's
Sure.
not. You have to remember, it's not actually. When you have to explain, I hate doing that. But whatever.
Also, Dan just texted me, said he just remembered Hank beef started when you said he was happy Hank's grandmother died of cancer.
She was suffering.
Yeah,
I was happy for like when your dad. You were there at the end.
Yeah.
When
No,
you're-
I wasn't. I wasn't. Luckily, I was in L.A.
Oh, that's true. But you know what I'm saying? Like at the end, there's when they're sick. I watched both my parents die. You're happy that you're sad that they're dead, but there's peace.
Have I told you the first thing that happened after he passed for me?
Mm.
So I was walking back somebody from the Wet Wheel at the hotel in L.A. for the yak.
Okay.
And my mom called me and said like I'm going back, and then it all just unraveled and like live. I actually closed out the Zoom for the yak. I'm like I gotta go. Like Dad's about to die, and I was out like I kind of like all the emotions was sapped out of me.
Sure.
And I sat. We had this pool in the middle of the hotel. We're just like what the fuck. Silent. Nobody's there. I haven't told anyone yet. Out walks, because the hotel room's walked out to the pool.
Jesus.
Out walks Frank the Tank. And it's February, and he goes, well, Mets aren't going to win a game this year. And I was like, you know what? I think actually it's probably the best thing for me to hear. I was like, a little normalcy's okay.
True. Frank the Tank on The Amazing Race. He could do that.
He loves road trips. He fucking
That's what I mean.
loves them.
I think there's something to this.
He would like, and he is someone who should probably do a show.
Yeah, he's just a viral.
He loves the
personality.
road trip.
Yeah, I could see him in whoever, Clemmer or
Okay, probably pretty good.
done. Like easy. All right. Yeah. Who's up next, Coleman? Coleman's handling these.
603.
Yeah, I wish I could control, but I don't.
Go ahead, Coleman.
Probably.
Hey, Kirk. Hey, Jeff. Hey, guys. How we doing? JJ here.
Hey, JJ, what's up?
How much, guys? How you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. A little rundown, JJ, if I'm being honest. The trip wears you out.
Yeah, you've been busy.
Yeah, I've been busy.
Hey, I had a couple of questions for you, and then just anybody show question. Well, first off, did any of you guys see Shark Tank last week?
I still haven't seen it, Jeff. The
Yes.
Christmas, I still haven't seen it yet.
I did. The Chris ones were pretty good usually.
Yeah.
Yeah, but did you see that lame bird movie fake ad thing? That was hilarious.
Oh,
man.
and so I wasn't.
Is that what you were teasing?
Yeah,
me?
actually.
Oh,
So
shit.
JJ, I actually.
God, you can tell me. You might as well tell me. We can't keep it secret here. What happened?
In the middle of it, Robert's not on the show,
Okay.
and all of a sudden Robert's a judge, our shark, and I'm like,
Yeah.
what? I'm like, whoa, and he goes, oh, my guys from Tipsy Elves are here, and I was like, oh, hold on, and they go, migration from Illumination coming out.
Oh, no, really?
It's. I fast forward. I was like, that is. I'm glad you brought that.
Oh, JJ, tough scene though.
It was bad. It was bad, man. It was real bad. But hey, I actually do have another question about shows. I was looking for a show recommendation from anybody. Preferably you, Kirk, because you have good taste. But hey, question: The Curse, Murder at the End of the World, or Shrinking? Have you seen any of them or all of them? Which one's best? Mike thinks The Curse is good, but I don't know. I don't trust him yet.
I have to admit, I have not. I've tried The Curse. I love Nathan. It is not hit for me.
I haven't started it yet.
It
I'd
hasn't
say
hit for me.
Shrinking though out of that list. Have you seen Shrinking with Harrison Ford?
Harrison Ford. Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good show, JJ.
Okay, that's my next one then. Thanks, guys.
All right, buddy. Ooh, I can't watch that Robert thing. I don't like the sound of that.
Which one?
The Robert thing. The Shark Tank. thing.
Oh, it's. I knew something was up. I'm like, I don't know. It's the Christmas episode. It's like, my guy's from Tipsy, which was Tipsy Elves off the plane, and then sure enough, he was on that night, and it was Oh,
That's tough.
actually, I went to the Browns-Rams game, and outside of SoFi, I want to take a picture.
Yeah.
And there's a massive, in this big like lake they have, illumination migration
Oh, really?
in theaters thing just ruins the whole
Yeah,
the
it
whole
fucks it
landscape
over.
of it.
Jesus.
Yeah.
All right, Coleman.
831.
831.
Hello. Kirk, do you ever show movies from your childhood, your young childhood, to your kid?
Yeah, sometimes. It's pretty hit or miss. Like, mostly miss.
Good. Well, I just wanted to encourage you
Good.
to keep doing so, because my dad did the same, and I couldn't care less back then, and now I'm 23 years old, and it means a lot to me, so keep doing that.
Like, what did he show you that you didn't like at first, now that you like? Your old age of 23.
Lonely Are the Brave.
Oh, yeah? Like that old?
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that. How old's your dad?
My dad's old, though. 68.
Yeah. That's a great movie, though.
Thanks.
I like that. Good dad. Good dad. The load up, Coleman?
You recently showed
Yes.
All right, hold on one second. What's that?
You recently showed an older movie to your kids, I think. You said they liked it. I might be wrong.
No, you're probably right. Harriet's mostly horror. Kate's not super in the movies. Geez, what would Paul Newman be doing today? Like, what roles would he be playing? Like, what the fuck would he be doing? I'm talking like Verdict, Slapshot age Paul Newman. The fuck? What is this? Is he in The Killer? Like, is he doing stuff like that?
Playing fucking.
He's got TV.
Playing like an older person. He'd be like what Robert Redford did with Marvel. Like,
I'm
like,
saying
would he
Paul
be-
Newman like 45.
I don't know.
I'm
Oh,
saying,
of course, sorry. Oh, you said Slapshot
like
age.
Verdict
Yeah.
age. Like, would he be doing like Fassbender roles? Would he be doing? We work with like Michael Mann. Would he be doing? Be like a Marriage Story?
I don't know if Fassbender's a great.
I could see him in The Killer though.
Yeah, Fassbender's agent's so bad. He's in such like. Could you see Paul Newman in Assassin's Creed?
No. But that's what I
Yeah.
mean. Like, I don't know what you would do with him.
The comp is tough.
Who is his career? I always considered him to be like Clooney, but Clooney doesn't do anything, and now Clooney's old.
What about like a Brolin, maybe?
Yeah, but like, what's he doing?
I don't know. Wasn't he in Dune or something like that?
I can't see Paul Newman in fucking Dune. That
Yeah.
just doesn't. He
You
didn't
like
seem
the Brad Pitt roles, like the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood's, like
I could see that. Yeah, I could see that.
that feels like if Paul Newman was alive, he absolutely would have been Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah, in some form or fashion. Like in his prime, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My little movie buff brag. My Steelbook 4K for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood arrived just like this morning. I'm gonna watch it
really?
Tonight. I'm very excited.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm on a really dangerous physical media kick right now.
Oh, it's like $10,000 on Oppenheimer.
Worth it. So it looks unreal.
Did you go see it again in New York when you were back there?
My flight was delayed. I didn't get to go. But then I got the AMC notification the next day, like, "How'd you enjoy Oppenheimer?" I was like, "Damn
It hurts. Hello.
Hey, what's going on?
What's up?
What do you think's going on with KFC? Obviously, he's bummed about not making it to the finals, but anything deeper there?
I mean, he's a mental midget. We know that. He's a dummy. I love the guy. No, I think he really. I remember saying to him he got eliminated because I knew he was going to get eliminated. I talked to Will behind the scenes around the whole thing. And Kevin's like, "Why didn't you tell me this?" And I was like, "Because you fucking did that to me. Like, why would I tell you that?" But he took this loss. I do think psychologically, if you want to examine Kevin on this, like Dave is Dave. Like he owns the company. He's the biggest star of the company. Dan has this world. And Kevin is third, but I think Kevin is always like, feels like now, yeah, he's in charge of New York, sort of. He's a little brother, kind of. I think he really wanted this to be his, like, as we all did, but he, especially, I think, really wanted to win this. He wanted this to be his defining Barstool moment.
Yeah.
And it didn't really happen.
That
Like,
on
it-
KFC radio.
And he played the game super hard. Like we talked about it before, and he talked to me about this before. I talked to you. He talked to me. He was not even sure. I was like, I hope Kevin doesn't come in and does this. Like,
Yeah, I don't know if he would do it or
I'm
not.
too cool for fucking school.
Like, I don't know if
right. And he came in and he played from the start so fucking hard, so into it, played as well as anybody. Like if he got to the finals against Will, he fucked me over, so I probably would have voted for Will. But you could have made a definite case for Kevin to win the game.
Do you
Like,
think the rest of the
absolutely.
jury would
So I
have
think
voted
he's-
for him? Like, where do you think, if it
What's
was
that?
him in the finals, let's say KFC fights Will, like what he wants, what do you think the vote spread would have been?
I think Feilerberg would have won that. I think Feilerberg would have beat Will in the finals because of. I don't think it would have been fair. I think I would. I love Feilerberg, so I'm as guilty as anybody. But he didn't play the game nearly as well as Will did. He just didn't. He wasn't as invested in the game. But I think people like him. So the people like PFD who voted for Jerry, or Hank who voted for Jerry, or these other sort of Kevin. For
Hank and Gaz probably would have voted for fights.
Yep. Dave, I think, would have voted for. Dave told me he said he would have voted for fights because.
Yeah, it makes sense.
He said to me, he's like, Will's not like real Barstool. He's like he's a McAfee ripoff. That's what he said to me in the vote thing. I was like, that's pretty dumb. But he would have voted for fights.
Yeah.
Jerry
Like,
probably
I kind of
voted
like
for fights.
KFC's reaction because I think he's like playing the game well. He's into it. He cares about it. It's just contrasting now to like Dave and Dan, where they're like over it and they're like, okay, whatever. We got out early, so it looks weird, but I kind of like it because he's into it, right? Like, that's what you want from these shows, not
absolutely.
as you said,
But during the game,
you know?
like honestly, Dan is falling on the sword correctly. But Dan was being bitchy because he was into it, but he wouldn't allow himself to act like he was into it. He was in that weird thing. Everybody was into it 10,000 fucking percent.
Yep.
I was there the whole time. Everybody. Even Feilerberg in his own way, like he kind of, but like everybody wanted to win, like, and the money was immaterial. Like the money for Kevin is, like, he's going to lose all his money anyway because we know because he's a moron. But it's immaterial to him. Like, and he was, I told Kevin afterwards, like, you played the fucking game great. You just, like, it was just numbers. Like, the Feilerberg union ultimately hurt him.
Yeah,
they had to get rid of one of them.
Yep.
Yeah,
so that was always going to be the
a
case.
lot of hate in the comments and on Reddit. So I'm just curious if you think that's warranted
brutalized,
or like.
I guess. Yeah, I don't pay attention to it, but I don't know. I'm sure I'll talk to him. So
yeah.
Who's getting a bigger beating, me or Kevin?
I mean, that's relative though, because like what you're like,
you're just getting the normal like. Why did
you
say
said
that?
something
like,
that would get a
losers who,
reaction,
like, Don't know you know.
Right. It's very funny though. Yeah, but I don't. Whatever. Yeah. Thanks for the call, buddy. Coleman evidently loves us. Maybe it's his brother. I was a magician. He's on for 45 minutes. Did he make Coleman disappear?
It's hard to read with everyone all over the place. So,
yeah, great job, dummy. Jesus Christ, moron. Hello. Coleman's obsessed with Papagenos.
Mr. Minihane there?
Hello.
Hi, is Mr. Minihane there?
This is well, yeah, Kirk Minihane. If you're looking for him, that's me.
My mom says you're a bad man.
Your mom says this? Why is that?
Well, this is little Stephen Che. How are you?
Oh, hey, that's not true. How are you doing, little Stephen Che?
Well, I was calling you because everyone at school makes fun of me, and I really need braces. Is there any way you could help me out with that, Mr. Minihane?
I mean, look, I made it clear last night, little Steven. I'm sorry about this. I can't. I mean, your dad. You should blame your dad for that. Your dad made an agreement, shook hands, and you can't do that in the agreement. Tell your dad that, and say, Dad, I'd love these braces, but you broke a promise to Kirk Minihane.
My sister and I have been poking around the house. Last year, we found all the Christmas gifts in their closet.
Mm-hmm.
This year, there's just a big empty spot there.
Yeah, $100,000 would have gone a long way for that. Thank you, little Steven. That would have gone a long way for that. It's tough. Look, it's life in the NFL. Che knows that. He's an NFL guy.
Yep.
I'll say this about Che. He sat there and took the punches. Like, that's.
Yep.
He didn't make.
He was kind of giggling again watching it back. He's like, he knew it was fun. Yeah.
Yeah, I talked to him last. I will say, like, I'll never trust him. I would never do it. Like, get in the union the game with him again. Minifan should definitely continue to kick the shit out of him. But like once that thing was aired, I was like, look, he stabbed me. I got my shots in. What can you do?
It didn't make it in, by the way, but I got to get a screenshot to have it. You were holding the Barstool book of drinks when you went.
Oh, I know. It didn't show up.
It didn't show up. Yeah.
I had K. Marco's book in my hand the whole time, right?
Yeah. When they said time for you to vote, you actually were like, oh, sorry, and you were like thumbing through it. Yeah.
Damn it. Hello.
Hey, the Iron Claw for both of you guys. Does it have any chance to win anything? And is it not going to win anything because it's a wrestling movie?
Well, no to that because the wrestler won in acting. Well, O'Rourke was pretty great, but like
didn't win, but was nominated.
Well, he won.
Sean Penn won for.
Right. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, Oscars.
Talking Oscars.
It's why your trivia.
What are we doing? Final answer.
Did he win? Did he win
He won the
Globe?
Golden Globe.
Okay.
And Bruce won the Golden Globe for the song.
Right.
But
and
he
then
wasn't. I wasn't eligible because they fucking didn't put it in the movie.
Because that's right. Started.
And if fucking Aronofsky had put it in 4 seconds before, he would have won his second Oscar. Like, no doubt.
That's a ridiculous rule.
Does it still exist?
I think so. Remember the fucking Lego movie didn't get nominated because Will Ferrell showed up for like 90 seconds.
Jesus Christ.
It's like one of the. It's crazy.
I mean, I don't know. I know the reviews are great. I'm looking forward to seeing it. The Iron Claw.
Yeah, the reviews are pretty great. Yeah. Like I've seen a couple people see it, and then they've said it's a must see.
I was talking to Eddie. I'm on Eddie's show. I don't know when that drops. His interview show there. I did it the other day.
Oh, he saw it, right? Yeah.
Huh?
He saw it.
He
right?
saw it. He said it was great. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I don't think it's the fact it's a wrestling movie. I just think these things are so predetermined. Like, you know, there are certain spots that like it would have to take, and I don't think it's going to take that spot for like Best Picture. But it could get a couple of nominations. I hope so if it's good. Hello.
Hey guys. So throughout the show, Stephen Shea was just always talking to the camera like he was kind of like the important, like the guy moving everything along. Like Jeff, I know you watched Survivor, kind of like
a lot of shit.
Boston
He talked a lot of shit on camera during the game after I was eliminated. That's a fact, Jeff. He talked a lot of shit.
Yeah.
And he probably had in total about 30 seconds of words during the reunion because I think Kelly Keeves was just like, this isn't like Kelly was kind of just shitting on him the entire time. Just
He
like
actually didn't understand that from her, and I was surprised he didn't. He didn't really get a great edit because he wasn't really
right.
Yeah, I don't think he understood what she was saying, but that's what she was getting at. What you're saying right now.
That's correct.
Yeah. So, yep, just content zero. And
I agree with that. I don't think anybody disagrees with that. Hold on, we'll talk about SimpliSafe. SimpliSafe.com. All right, here we go. We know during the holiday seasons that these numbers spike up, burglaries. I'm not here to scare you. I'm just here to make sure things are safe in your house. That's where SimpliSafe comes in. Protect your home. Comprehensive protection for the whole home with advanced sensors. Not only detect break-ins, but fires, floods, and other threats to your home. Their original video doorbell, pro wireless outdoor security camera, safe on the inside and out. Your entire property completely safe for less than $1 a day. For less than $1 a day. No-brainer. SimpliSafe.com, SimpliSafe.com. SimpliSafe.com this holiday season. I highly recommend protecting your home and family with SimpliSafe. And for this limited time, only 50% off any new system with a fast protect plan. SimpliSafe.com/Kirk. That's SimpliSafe.com/Kirk. There's no safe like SimpliSafe. Isn't that right, Steve from Gloucester?
God damn it. I didn't know we were doing drops this way. Hang on.
You guys stay up, call man.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
God damn it.
I'm ready.
What was that, Steve?
I'm ready.
Anything else you have to say about SimpliSafe?
I need my coffee.
I'm definitely going to be there. I'm ready.
That's exactly why you get it. SimpliSafe.com/KIRK. 50% off right now. Hello.
I hope Peter King.
I think
You
Gus.
love Peter King.
I love.
What's that, Coleman?
I think Gus was saying that he needs to invest into some SimpliSafe after the other night. Apparently, Kane showed up at bowling.
To your house?
No, to bowling. And he shows up. So I just finished pre-bowling. He shows up, orders a beer, sits down.
What the fuck is pre-bowling?
So since I
that
can't,
is one of my favorite fucking things.
What is pre-bowling again?
so since I can't make Tuesday night, since we have Papagenos.
Oh, he does his warm up during.
I
the,
fucking hate that I could have answered that question.
So you did you're doing the puppet. That's sad. That's sad.
So
You're gonna do a reevaluate. so you see, you think for Papagenos already?
No, yeah, I did it on Tuesday before this week. So I did it to have it set in. And I turn around, I look, I see who I think is Kane is Abel just sitting at the bar staring me down. He goes, gets a beer, comes back, sits, stares down. I finish. I go outside to smoke. And then he walks out, walks across the street, walks up 2 blocks.
What did he say?
Just went outside to smoke.
Who did? You?
Me. I did.
Wait,
what?
Tuesday night, I went out to smoke after I finished bowling, and Kane just
smoke what?
Nicotine.
What are you saying? Like what?
A vape pen.
Oh,
Just a
God,
nicotine
you're so
pen.
I thought he was like smoking a cigarette outside, like
No.
a smoke break.
At least he got lung cancer.
So he came, then walks out, walks down like two like houses, and then crosses back across the street in a clear move just to avoid me. But it was just like didn't say a word to me, just stared me down and left. It was the weirdest interaction I've ever had with anyone. So I'm buying SimpliSafe now.
Good. Yeah, do that. He's a fucking weirdo. SimpliSafe.
I mean, the guy's just a boob.
That's true. All right. Hello, Jesus Christ.
Hey, Kirk,
Hello.
Jeff, how's it going?
Good.
Hey, so I've got this movie theater that you have to check out in Rangeley, Maine. All carpet, RC Cola. They only serve jujubes. It's Steve Stevenson's Classic Cinema. It's unbelievable.
You know this one, yeah?
That's an LCB listener.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah. It was. We had an old
So-
fake. We did fake ad reads. We used to have a place called Steve Stevenson's Classic Cinema.
Lakeside Theater, you're saying?
All fucking carpet.
Is it a real place?
So,
No, it's not.
what I really called about is why is Jerry mad at Rico if Jerry's whole shtick is pretending to be like Rico? Like, Rico should be pissed at him that everybody thinks that Jerry's funny by acting how Rico legitimately is as a human being. I don't understand what that entire deal is. Like, after Surviving Barstool, do people look at him differently because he's just playing a character, and they think that Rico's a madman because he actually is a madman? Like, I don't know. I think it's all fucked up.
Thanks for the call. Yeah, I don't know if Jerry. I don't know that part of it.
I think he was just mad about the way Rico reacted to everything.
yeah, he was pissed, but it's over. That was never going to be a long. That was not going to be like a relationship end,
right?
No, but they're very similar, that's for sure. But yeah, I mean, I like both of them. Obviously, I love Rico, and Jerry's great, so I'm glad they're getting along. And Jerry played a different world. If agreements hadn't been made, Jerry might have won.
Played a really good game.
Who played a great game? Who did? Hello. Couple more, Coleman.
Hey, Kirk, what's going on? Just wanted to say, absolutely amazing performance last night. And then I was just also wondering if you could possibly get Big Cat and KFC on at the same time. Clearly, those two fucking hate each other, and they're both being huge pussies last night. I think you're the only guy that.
I don't think they hate. Let me be clear about this. I don't think they hate each other. I actually really don't think they hate each other. But I do think there's something that I just don't know about in the like. I'm like in this world relative. We're relatively new to Barstool. We came at pretty much the same time, right?
Yeah.
Were you 19 or 18? Were you
18?
I was 19. 18, 19.
Yeah, it was.
19.
I remember you came into KFC area before you were hired. When I was.
Yeah. Because I remember, you're right. When I first got hired, a couple of days in, I've told you this. I was listening to Barstool Radio, and that was when they called you after the Duncan thing. I was like, who's this fucking loser? I'm like, he's dead. But like, it's like me and Jerry Callahan, or like it's when you have history, like there's good, there's bad and stuff, and then somebody's more successful, less successful. This happens, that happens. Things fester, and when they're not said, it gets worse. But yeah, I would do a show. The thing is, though, Carl, if I did the show with both of them, like I don't even think they would. I think they would be like, "What's the upside of, if there even is anything of letting it all out? Probably not a lot." You know?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Big Cat would just try to appease KFC the whole time because he's petrified of any controversy. But I think if there was one guy to get those two, to actually open up, it would be you. So I would love to try to see that in the future.
I'm in.
But
you name it, I'm in.
last night, great. Jeff, great show. You did a great job, and thank you. Going to continue to listen. Have a good one.
Thanks, buddy.
I love doing it. I hope I can do it again.
Nice caller who compliments. It's very weird. You never know if it's real or not. Yeah, I even look. I haven't looked since I looked a little bit this morning. I'm still getting the people who hate me. Gee, this guy, Austin Nichols at Sweet Nasty 791 is not happy with me, Jeff.
Oh, really?
Jay should have physically attacked Kirk over his comments about his kids. That's ridiculous. That speech was allowed as written. Also, that shitty speech is why we had to pay $10. That's pretty funny.
Was he talking about Jay's speech? That was brutal.
that was the worst speech of all time. Jay's speech.
There is a comment like that is one of those things where like
I think it's funny.
No, but I've had to learn to like just not care. Is that like the physical like attack part? Like, well, yes, obviously you could say it crossed the line, and Shay could feel that way too. But like, even if Che like had fun with it with you, even if he hated it, he wouldn't have attacked you. Like I do think sometimes people don't realize we do live in like this.
That would have been unbelievable.
This content bubble world. Like
Right.
that's just not like if that person worked here and was through it, they would not be thinking that. They'd be maybe mad, but it warps your brain differently when you're in that.
I would just say this guy,
environment.
like I get he's passionate, probably likes Che. So if you're watching a roast, like, would you feel that way? No. Like that was my attitude the whole time. Like I hate Che, he stabbed me in the back, so I'm gonna go all in. Those are the rules.
That's what the whole company is.
If anything, it seemed like Che had more animosity towards Rico than anything.
It did, yeah.
Though we've talked about this, Coleman. That's a classic move, though. Like you don't go after Kirk Minihane. Like you have to go after the. You know what I mean?
But it did.
Consigliere, yeah.
I said it. It still didn't totally make complete sense why Rico hated Che. So it was like I think Che knew you hated him, and he wasn't gonna like tell you, well, you're wrong for hating me. He knew it. There was a justifiable reason.
Yeah,
where the Rico thing, he was kind of like he just thought it was dumb.
Right. It's true. All right. Hello. One or two more, Coleman. Very busy.
774. Yep.
Hello.
I have a question for Kirk, and I have a question for Jeff D. Lowe.
All right. After this, we'll give a call.
That's the real fucking thing.
You happy
too.
now, Jeff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Second time for me.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, good. All right. Good. First question for me. Okay. Uh-oh. Wow.
Kirk,
Mm-hmm.
if Annoying Orange were a person, do you think Harry would try to suck his dick or no?
See, as I'm saying, again, like, I take all the criticism for this shit. I mean, the answer is yes, though, Kevin. Yeah, I think Harry would be very excited. If Annoying Orange or no?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Harry's a fan.
Really? That
He's
is
back. He has like a revival with these kids.
That is crazy.
You know, these things get like for some reason, the second life. This Annoying Orange is like. Yeah.
Actually, I think I knew that was the case.
Yeah,
I think
he's
heard
in.
you say that. That's crazy.
If Annoying Orange were a person, would Harry Minihane try to suck his dick? No, I'm going back. No, I don't think you would. You have a question for Jeff as well.
Jeff.
Yep.
Are you willing to bounce up and down on Pat Ford's penis all day for the show or no?
It's a fair question. I mean, the indications are. I mean,
There's a real hesitation there.
The evidence is, kind of overwhelming.
My official answer is what's good for the show.
That's a boy. That's a boy.
I did that like a mic voice.
You did actually. You actually did.
This is sickening. This is not good.
Good for
I got
the
to
show.
eject for like a week. I got
Can't do it. Once you're in, you're in. Were you by yourself in your home when you put those Frosted Flakes out?
So I text you.
We're good with calls, Coleman.
I didn't have a video.
Thank you, Kevin.
And I was like, maybe don't do it. But like, no, I feel like I got to keep up with it. And then I very quickly, despite what Andy Mayo says, he's right. I looked very fat during Surviving. I don't eat cereal. I quickly Instacarted Frosted Flakes.
Nice.
And I did dump them out. And it was very quick to set up, very slow to clean up.
I would think
on
that,
carpet. That was
You don't have the little mini vac?
Mentor's like, not sure it was worth the bit this time. I was like, you know what matters?
I thought it paid off.
Yeah, it was. I was glad it was like 9 takes, by the way.
Yeah,
I kept revealing it by accident
Right,
beforehand.
right.
Also, I don't like the imposters of that of Kevin. I don't like. That's my
No,
least.
yeah,
I don't
know what those guys think they're doing. It's never going to work.
And it's never
funny.
It's you never really get caught on it.
The best part of Kevin is the anticipation after you say
Yep.
your name and you're waiting for the question because everything's in play. Everything. That's what
He's up there with. I love Peter King.
Peter King. He hasn't called in forever.
I just think the voice is so. It's like I like stupid. But like I'm like I worked in media. Like I like dumb sports media shit. Like I think it's so funny.
Right.
Peter King's such a dork.
Such a dork.
And then that's like the only time I ever like one of the first times that I defended Barstool when I started working there was when he went after Barstool. And I'm like, you fucking worked NBC, harbored Matt Lauer. What the fuck are you talking about? And then one day I'll be on here when Trump.
Yeah, we have that Trump in the. Trump just called, right, Coleman?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I think it was
Why
last week.
Jeff listens. What was I going to say? Oh, bad Will appearance. Bad. Just not even.
Yeah, I mean, okay.
Bad. Troubling.
As a Will guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, not Compton. Like.
Sure, I understand. No, listeners to the show know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
We had one will win this week and one will lose.
I was very when you asked, did you bring anything? And then he had nothing, and then ripped a weird. Why am I like beating around the bush like he's listening? He's not.
No, he's not listening. You're fine.
Just say shot.
It was a tough moment where
Bad.
I'm curious how many what's his new Steve points ranking from Mike after
Units.
this?
I think it's gonna
His
be
Steve
low.
units got to be
Mike
super low.
I got the sense that Mike was enjoying his performance.
Mike does like him
in
quite a
studio. I
bit.
was like, this is a total dud performance. I thought he was fucking terrible.
He did have nothing. I could see it on your face
Yeah.
too. You kept.
I lost interest quick.
You were pulling things just like what do I got for this? He had nothing.
I think you said
feel
at
that
one
way, Coleman?
point.
Gus, no?
I think you said at one point. So we're just gonna keep going back to the Pacino. All right.
Yeah, the
Oh,
Pacino was
tough.
getting
I was packing for the trip. I actually called you after I told you. I was like, it wasn't great. When he said, yeah, what'd you think of Napoleon? You're like, nope. But I just went out loud by myself. I went, ooh. It was just not good.
I like Will. He's a nice kid, but that was
Yeah.
that was a miss. That was a miss.
No, they can't all be Pat Ford.
That's true. Is Pat Ford number one in your ranking right now? Let's stick to it.
Even at I think by default he is.
Gotta
but
be.
I do. You said it though. I think for people who didn't know you and Mutt before, like I do, you guys together when
Right, it's
you're
fun.
kind of
Yeah,
ripping, it is very funny.
Yeah, hopefully he'll be in next week. So we're gonna do 5 shows next week. So we did 3
Wow.
this week, Coleman.
Sounds good. What days?
And Papagino's is Tuesday, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Jesus. And then we'll announce Delaware, and then we got the actual Portland announcement in January. The tickets. So we got a lot.
That's right. Great match last night, but we didn't even.
Oh,
you mentioned
yes.
earlier to Dan, but
Jesus. Yeah, great moment for Hank. I mean, every championship team needs that second guy. So I think I finally have it in Hank.
that was a big breakthrough because I will say Uptown Balls last year, their championship hangover. Actually, the first year of the Honkers when Coley was still playing for them, they struggled. They were out 0-2. Uptown Balls this year never really put it together, and I was like, this is about to happen for them too.
If we went 1-3 at that point,
Hank was good. Hank had
played-
music steal.
He had the music steal. He had that. I had a good game. We rallied. Rico's his connection worked. I guess I give him that.
Yeah.
Did he play?
He got college basketball.
He did finally get college basketball.
And he got football. He actually got both
did.
college.
Rico had a good. Yeah, he had a good game.
Music for you guys. There'd be one where I kind of roll the dice of music and I try to put it in the middle on years, and I sometimes move it. Music for you guys sometimes if it's out of a certain range, it was a no-go, and now it's a
Hank's
strength.
helps. I was happy I play every morning. I play my daily dozen. I could play at 5 in the morning here because it's So I had a music question I actually knew. Arrow wise today.
Oh right, yeah.
Yes, yeah. To take a bow, which I was like, oh good, it's from an artist I actually know. But boy, I stink at the mashup.
Rico
I got 9
with-
for 9 yesterday.
Rico
Who's your
with
match?
the
There was actually, I was surprised you didn't get. There
Reese
was one the other
Witherspoon
day
one?
where I'm like, where you didn't get it. I'm like, if he's not getting this, he's never getting him.
Reese Witherspoon one or no?
I forget. Was that who it was?
Yeah,
I know because it was actually on the daily dozen. The other,
Oh, it was? Yeah,
I was,
it was
I was very
using it.
happy. I was like, I
Yeah.
know that one. Yes, yeah. But no, it was a good win. It was a good win. We needed it. It was actually a good game. Like
Really good
They actually
match.
match up okay with us. They have
Match
similar-
tonight's really good. I
Oh, yeah,
love,
what is it?
I love Clemmer, by the way, but I love Clemmer
Oh, it's like-
outside of trivia.
yeah, he's-
Inside trivia, Clemmer and
he's a
I are,
bitch,
are
right?
rivals.
Yeah, he's a
outside, Clemmer and I are great friends. But tonight, it's a really good match tonight.
Good.
Yeah, very entertaining.
What else we got, Cole? Anything else before we call of the week?
I was going to ask if Hank gets a niche now because you said if he had a good performance, you'd give him a
Let's not
niche.
get out of control. I want to win a championship.
To be fair to Gus, that was said.
I did say that. I want to win a championship too. I'm trying to, although I would love to do it and have Rico not know about it.
That'd be so funny.
And
Well,
just talk to Hank and be like, "Here's a niche. Your niche today is whatever." I don't know whatever Hank would
it's the tournament here is going to be
bananas,
intense.
So it's essentially just gonna be on
So
the
it's going to
court.
be on the basketball court or off to the side because we can't take the court up for 4 days because they use it.
Is
But
there enough room on the side? Yeah, I guess.
there is. We kind of started looking at it. So back to back, so it'll be match intermission show. With I think we're gonna make a fake locker room, fake press conference table. We're gonna do all that.
Good.
2 nights, so it'll be first round, the first 2 nights, and then the second 2 nights. The top 4 teams get a bye. Top 4 teams play, and then the winners from those from Tuesday and Wednesday go to the final for that next Thursday, all right in a row.
At the same place as last year.
Bang, bang, bang. We're
Not
trying
sure
to get
yet.
something
In
different and
Chicago.
bigger. Yeah, it will be in Chicago.
Oh, good. Okay, yeah,
but it will be live each night, and I think it's going to be intense. I want to see someone win, run around a little, you can use the space, and
That's true. It's gonna be an interesting.
Yeah.
Any chance that some fans might be involved in this or no?
I would love to make it work. My concern with that is parking. It's where this office is.
Literally no parking here.
It's really difficult. Yeah,
that's a good point.
I hope your car's still there when we.
My guy told me, my Barstool guy was like,
Okay,
"You're fine
okay.
here." Yeah, because yesterday I parked way. I walked back with Rico, like it's probably half a mile away, and I came back. The guy downstairs like, "You can just park right there."
It's not like even the old office would have been easy because like you take public transportation or whatever.
To Chicago, you mean?
There's the old Chicago.
Oh,
office.
yeah, much
Well,
better.
If it had the space for it, or New York, this one's tough. That's my concern. Maybe we do like 20 people or so. I don't. Maybe
there's literally like 6 parking spots on the street.
Yeah,
wherever.
it's not. It's
Yeah,
not.
not
And
conducive.
I can like I'm picturing the Uber line at the end of it, and like that would be a disaster. So.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that. No, that's you actually probably can't do it.
Yeah,
like on the train.
Well, we have the employees here. People can kind of. I would like to do that.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, we have Manscaped, right, Coleman?
Yes, and
that right or no?
Rhone Apparal.
Oh, we do
as well.
I don't have that.
I can send it to you. Those were the ones from yesterday, I believe. If you have,
I don't think I have that. I don't think I have their own read from. Did you text me that?
I don't think that was in the text.
I'll get it to you. Hang on.
I don't see that one. The Performance Package 5.0 Ultra is one-stop shop for holiday giving perfection. Includes a trimmer as precise as Santa coming down the chimney. The Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra brings 2 next-gen blade heads, perfect for sculpting your holiday dew, from taming the chestnuts to grooming the tree. The skin-safe technology. Nose and ears hairs, which again, I went to my barber again the other day, and once again he said, "Do you need any help with your ear stuff and your eyebrow stuff?" So that's when you know you're getting old. And I'm like, I'll do it myself. But now I don't have to worry about the Weed Whacker 2.0 ear and hair nose trimmer is the king of trimming those hairs, trying to sneak into your festivities uninvited. Unlike Coleman, who just goes to random people's holiday parties. You don't want these things around. If your dad has nasty nose hairs like me, the Weed Whacker again 2.0. Manscaped.com, 20% off and free shipping with the code MINIHANE. 20% off with free shipping at Manscaped.com. Use code MINIHANE. Give the gift of Manscaped this holiday season. What else you got, Gus?
Give me to run through their topics list really quick?
Yeah.
They put their names again.
Did you hear how mad Gus was at that? Did you hear that audio of him?
Yeah, what the
Gus, what are you doing?
What? The adamant part?
Yeah, what the fuck? You're like all mad. I've never heard you like that.
Well, it was for Jeff to say
okay,
that.
All right, good. Well said. Okay, I got it now. Thank you. Go ahead, Jeff.
Twice. His explanation was fair, but I saw it came in 2 different mediums, so I was like, all right.
You said the story. Like, that's you own it.
He was I like Gus.
Who cares? It doesn't matter if you like him or not. He sent you the story.
I think in that moment too, the mic. I think he thought the mic was off in that moment.
He definitely.
Oh,
did.
definitely did. Yeah.
Now I don't know if I like.
See,
Gus.
There you go.
I still would have said the same thing.
I'll skip the Barstool stuff because it just Coleman Des Bryant tweets
about Dave.
Yeah, I mean, those were dropping during Surviving Barstool.
Yeah, Dave was talking about last night. Des Bryant wants to fight Dave and Stephen A. Smith 2-on-1 at the same time.
But he was also at, I believe, the Wallow and Gilly fight night that they had.
Is that what it was? Okay.
Yeah, so it was conflicting.
I'll do the Menners thing at the end here because the timestamp breakdown is very funny.
Okay.
They actually both wrote this out. Gus, Odyssey weighing bankruptcy.
Oh, is that true? I didn't see that. I imagine. I mean, it's inevitable. Yeah.
Yeah, they just got an extension for like another couple
one,
days to pay back, but they're not looking good. They're finally in talks of bankruptcy.
Okay. Coleman, House votes to formalize impeachment inquiry into President Biden.
Well, I'm sorry we get into that.
God, Coleman's such a Jersey Shore Republican. Coleman, it's like,
are you being boring on purpose, Coleman?
Coleman is Coleman.
Important
This
stuff.
was actually made me laugh. Jay Monahan had a $4.5 million raise in
18
2022.
million. God bless him.
What a fucking dick.
Jesus Christ.
Gus, Netflix filming roast of Tom Brady.
Okay.
They didn't ask you to go.
That's a shame. It's too bad.
Gus, weird Minifan interaction at bowling alley. That was actually an interesting story. That was good. Gus, Beverly Hills Cop 4 trailer dropped.
I got excited about that. I watched it. Did you watch the trailer?
I did.
Not. I haven't seen it yet.
And not asking you, Gus. Nobody gives a shit if you watch the trailer. I did. He's so happy with himself. What'd you think of the trailer, Gus? Go ahead. Give me your 30
I loved it.
seconds.
I'm excited for it. I'm in. I'm going to go see it.
It's
on Netflix?
Gus.
Yeah, I'm going to go see it on Netflix when it comes out.
You're gonna go see it on Netflix. Okay. I'm going to go see it. All right, go ahead.
Gus, Glenn Beck buys entire set from All in the Family.
I mean, I love that show. He bought the set from like the Smithsonian. Where's that? Where's they selling that?
It is on his. I can pull up the audio.
Okay, I don't care about that. Go ahead.
And then the last one from Gus.
This one blew me away.
Can I even guess?
No shot.
No way.
No chance, Coleman.
No.
I'll
Give me a hint. See if I can get.
I'll off myself live on air if you guess it. That's how confident I am.
Give me like a hint.
I'm
and
in.
We'll give it away.
I'm with you, Jeff.
Give me a hint, Coleman.
Combine something you don't do with a snack.
With a category you're not good at, and it does it.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. Something I don't do. Music and I have no idea. What is it?
Doritos nacho cheese liquor. That's all it says.
Doritos what?
Doritos nacho cheese liquor. That's all it says.
Gus, what would I say about that?
I don't know. It was across my feed.
Okay, good.
I'll never forget this. That related to that. Jerry, one time in the office, somebody was like, Jerry, you got to come meet these people. Jerry, come on over here. You got to meet these. So I don't know what the brand was. Got to meet these whiskey people. And he looked at me. He's like, what do they want? What do they want me to say to the whiskey people? What do they want me to do to that? And then the breakdown of the Julie on Man of Fandom.
Any jump out, Coleman, from you sound wise for that, or Gus?
You mean to read the? He has the breakdown right here. I think there's two that did catch my eye.
All right, go ahead. Give me the two. God.
Menners is sensitive. Okay,
we know that.
Julie defense. Menners trashing Mutt, and then Menners says going on network can bell Mutt's career.
That's supposed to be better. That's supposed to be better.
Good job.
Julie on Mutt's disdain for dinks.
Yeah, Julie was mad. I listened to this. Julie was mad because Mutt, that dinks thing was kind of viral. Julie doesn't have any kids, so she was kind of, I think, sensitive about it. But Mutt's also, like, angry at the dinks because that's a life he kind of wants sometimes, too. Like, he has kids, so sometimes everybody who has kids is like, boy, it'd be great for a weekend to have no kids. So, yeah, I mean, I'm kidding about Julie. I like Julie. But I don't know, Coleman. Do you think she likes the show as much as she used to?
I don't know. I mean, she kept bringing up that point that she hasn't been listening, at least in her listen back, because of her boot or whatever. Like, she hasn't been driving, so maybe she...
Yeah.
But she did say she was caught up, so I don't know.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I think we've kind of lost her. But that's okay.
Will hate. Menners hates Rico.
Menners hates
Bar is low. And then Menners Kirks won't pick winner.
The top Minifan of the year. He won't honor you picking the Minifan of the year. He said it's up to Menners and a committee and voting and blah blah blah.
Oh, great. Okay, it's important.
That went well last time.
Also, last thing, I'm not to step on toes. I think you got a Justin update for Chicago last night.
I did kind of. Yeah, we were.
bit.
Coming back from dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was just kind of like, I think it's sort of what we had said. Like, a couple things need to happen, but it seems like it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Yeah. No, legitimately, yeah.
Yeah, I think I'll talk to Hank about it again, and it seems like, I think it's going to happen.
Imagine him just sitting like right here when next time you're here doing this show.
Well, I think Dan's like, I just made it clear to him like he's not like content, which I find I almost want to say like it, but once he's here, he's gonna be content. Like he's not gonna force himself, but it's gonna happen.
Oh, naturally it will.
I mean,
that's a no-brainer.
Yeah, like he'll
be doing the yak challenge within 15 seconds.
Right, he's just born for that stuff. All right, so Rhone. Okay, there you go. Men's closets were due for radical reinvention, and Rhone, RHONE, stepped up to the challenge. Their commuter collection. This is good, comfortable stuff when you're traveling to work, playing golf, going on vacation. The 4-way stretch fabric with the comfortable pants, dress shirts, quarter zips, polos. Commuter collection, you are home free. Looking good, nice and easy, 18 holes. Or just if you're at work, just comfortable all day long with good clothes. RHONE.com/KIRK. Use that name, Kirk. 20% off your entire order. That's 20% off the entire order for comfortable clothes looking good. RHONE.com/Kirk. Rhone.com/Kirk. Use the code Kirk at checkout. It's time to find your corner office comfort. There you go. Rhone.com/KIRK. Anything else, boys?
I don't know if you saw at the beginning of the show, but Castellani had a tweet. I guess when you guys were joking about him early on, he said it's the same jokes every single day or something. He's since deleted the tweet.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did he change his profile to like a dark thing?
Joking about what? When?
I think it was Big Cat was on Barstool Sports shorter than he was in rehab on Survivor.
Yes, I did. Oh, the one I did again today? That's
yeah.
Yes, yeah.
He deleted it.
Yeah.
I
He
like
normally
that.
plays
He's right.
along.
It's a recycled joke. You own the tweet. I have no problem with that.
Yeah.
What's your theory on that, Jeff?
Huh. That's my reaction.
This episode, by the way, has been longer than Castellani's stint. Now I'm going to tell a joke every day, I think.
Yeah, I think you have to.
Yeah, I mean, who knows if you went to rehab? Who's to say? I need receipts. Okay, I like Castellani, but, like, you know, own that tweet. Like, that's a reasonable tweet. I've recycled that joke like 30 times. You know, you don't have to delete that. I'm not going to be offended by that. You have no thoughts on this, Joe?
No.
You don't want to say it?
Nope.
Do you not like Castellani?
No, I just own it.
Yeah, right. Just you tweet it out. Leave it.
I'm in the firing zone right now.
What was that?
Jeff?
I'm in the firing zone right now.
He can't even hear it.
I don't know if it translates as well, but it's I'm in the firing zone right now from Surviving.
Who said it?
Jeff.
When?
In Surviving Barstool.
Oh, I got you.
Doesn't sound
Great
as-
drop.
Yeah.
Great
It's a
drop.
tough one.
There was talk about you ziplining in last night.
There was talk about me ziplining in. They couldn't. It just wouldn't work apparatus wise. There's like not enough room for me to have like.
Where'd you start it from? Like where you?
Up there's this balcony here. And there's not enough room for me to zip the line in, or something like that, or it would cost too much. One or the other.
So
it was looked at.
So you did the
did the scooter, which I was. It worked the few times I tested it, and then when we were doing it live, I gotta say, I don't think I was actually very good off the top last night. I was more nervous for that than I've ever been in front. I don't like doing it in front of no crowd.
It's weird with no crowd.
I hate it.
Yeah,
I kind of, and I've
I mean,
done
it's
it
different. It's
before.
different than no crowd when we're doing the actual show.
I don't know what that was. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I don't. It felt. Yeah, I don't know. I had the same thing. It felt weird. Like, yeah.
give me a live audience.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's way more comfortable.
I was hoping you're gonna wipe out. That'd been pretty funny.
There was a moment halfway through where the battery was dying, and it seemed like it kind of flickered a little bit. I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Because if I would have wiped out, it'd have been into everybody.
But all of us have been unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's a total wipeout. Just take us all out. That'd be great. A great moment.
The brand, I didn't need that for the brand. The
That's
personal
true.
brand. That was maybe next time.
Anything else from you, Gus? We're gonna wrap this fucker up in a few minutes.
No, it was a great week, a great night of Kirk.
Okay. See, that's the actual content then. Okay. Thank you for telling me it was a great week. Coleman?
Yeah, I'm just finalizing up everything for Papagino's and stuff, but yeah, not much else.
I assume you'll do that on your own now that Julie doesn't like the show.
Yeah, having to prepare for the worst, I guess. Yeah.
Hopefully their clothes have dried from last night underwater in the office.
Yeah.
Yeah. What wacky bits are we getting today?
I don't know. After yesterday's wacky bit, I took a step back, I guess.
So there's a minion in the studio now. What's going on?
I was trying to explain that, Coleman, to your boss. Well, your boss's boss, Dave Portnoy, yesterday.
Yeah.
He asked me about it.
He did?
Yeah. I saw that tweet. Like, what was going on in your studio? I'm like, no, it's like I can't even explain what it is.
It's like
the only thing I know is my producer told me it wasn't a joke. So I guess it was actually happening.
I said old person. I misspoke. It's like when a 6-year-old finds out Snapchat or like Instagram filters and like someone's babysitting, they show it off. Like, I can't believe this.
Yeah, look like a cat or something. It's
Yeah,
Jesus
yeah, that's
Christ.
what it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Anything else from you two bozos?
Probably doing a producer show today to wrap up the week.
Okay.
So that'll
Who's
be
good? Just
a
the
little
two of
bit
you?
after this. Yep. Just the two of us. And then we're going to probably have to re-upload the YouTube. You don't really care about it, but it was going down and up continually throughout. But audio's good. So
Fantastic.
Yep.
Okay. Great. All right. I'll see you guys either Sunday or Monday. I'll be in touch. Jeff, thank you very much. Congratulations. Big success.
Thank you.
Hopefully you're.
Thanks for doing it. Remember, there was a phone call I made to you asking you to do this many months ago.
Yep. I didn't want to do it at first, but once all those guys were in, I was like, I can't not do it.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I did. I was definitely. My only thing was, I was like, I can't eat shit.
You and everyone else.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not eating.
When we had the
anything.
first call, Rob's like, is there anything we don't want to do? I said, I got to be honest with you. I've promised 10 people there wouldn't be gross food. I was
Yeah, that
like,
was
so
it.
we can't do it. Which
Yeah.
I think those I don't really care about those.
Neither do I. That's like fear fat.
Yeah.
That's not really the game. But I think maybe Dan and I like this Amazing Race idea.
I do.
Is the kind of thing where you're going to tell me off the air it's not going to happen or no?
No, I think I will never speak for Dave, and especially
I'll
on
talk to
budget.
him. Yeah.
I do think it's a lot. It'll cost significantly more money than this one did.
Right, and he'll say to me if you.
But
if
we
you
made
can-
money,
Right,
so-
he'd say to me if you guys found a way to make money on it, maybe the pay-per-view is a better budget.
Just the coverage for that, you can't skimp on that.
No.
Because if you start missing, like you need multiple cameras, and it's
But you're
not
right. You
easy.
need say it's teams of 8. You definitely need a dedicated cameraman at least for each team.
and then at all the sites, and you got to. It's I know it's a lot more, and I know that like Dan just talked about, like we're not trying to do the bowl game stuff, and I know if this thing balloons to like this.
I actually think that could be bigger than Surviving. I actually believe
I'd agree.
that. If it builds up correctly, it's 2 teams, way more interaction, like within the teams, way more like craziness, like real bonds form. Like
I know Dave would do it. I've heard he would do it, but I
think he's thinking. One time
right
I talked to
price.
about it, I think he was thinking also like we're not going to like Iceland and Australia. And it's like, well, we could do it here.
Yeah, it's better if we just do it in the country. We just drive.
Way fucking better.
Because then it's like we never be able to film on airlines and stuff and all that
No,
shit.
it just wouldn't work. Yeah.
Do you think Griffin Lock
Great
and
job. I'll
Key's
see you.
budget?
I said goodbye to you guys, Coleman, earlier.
Oh, okay. my bad.
What did you say, Coleman?
I said, do you think the Griffin Lock and Key has the budget for it? Maybe they could get it done.
Yeah, maybe, Coleman. Yeah. I get the joke. They couldn't afford it, right?
Yeah, I'm just because Clemmer has the rivalry.
Right, that's a joke, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, I
It's
got
never
you. No, I
fun
got
to
you.
explain.
That was the joke equivalent of being underwater.
Yeah,
this
he's
week.
closing strong this week. Closing strong this week. No wonder Julian Menners hate you. You're not a legend anymore in my eyes. I'll say it.
It's actually Ledge now.
What's that?
Apparently to Menners, he shortens it to thanks Ledge.
Oh,
Jesus, what a
God.
douche. Little loser. Ay. God. I don't know how else to end it. We'll talk to you either Sunday or Monday. I'll see you again, Jeff.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit.
Probably so.
I would like to not stop traveling for a little while. It'd be
I would
really
think
nice.
so. Yeah. All right. Well, we appreciate you helping us this week.
Of course.
See you soon. We'll talk to you guys next week. Goodbye.